Coming to you live from Baker Field on the campus of Princeton Day School in Princeton, New Jersey, the Strive Network is proud to present a New Jersey prep school doubleheader between the Princeton Day School Panthers and the Blair Academy Buccaneers. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's broadcast. My name is Tom Wilms. Beautiful day for soccer, 67 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. It's going to be beautiful all day. As Princeton Day, they come in with a 6-0 record, coming off a championship last year. Last game for them was a 3-2 win over the Petty School, with Brianna Asbury, Madison Coyne, and Arietta Jones getting the goals. While Blair, they're coming off a loss, a 3-0 loss to Newton on Wednesday. Goaltender Fiona Walsh made a whopping 25 saves in an effort to keep that game close, as Blair is sitting at 1-3 on the season. The series between these two teams dating back to 2007, Princeton Day leads that series 4-3-1. Last year, Princeton Day won the game by a final of 2-0. Some interesting players to watch. Well, let's take a break real quick as we will listen along to the singing of the national anthem by Mickey Ravinsky.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang away the bold bursting air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Great job with our national anthem by Mickey Ravinsky, as once again we are live from Baker Field on the campus of Princeton Day School in Princeton, New Jersey. Time to take a look at our players to keep an eye on, players to watch in this one. And you have it right there on your screen as Damali Simon Ponte, 6 goals, 10 assists. Keep in mind, that's only 6 games in. She has not committed collegiately, but I bet you with those numbers, she's going to get some looks, not only in this game, but in the weeks to come, and she'll get plenty of offers. For Blair Academy, take a look at Emily Mooney, 1 goal and 2 assists on the year. She's the catalyst offensively for the Blair Academy as they look to move a little bit closer to 500, sitting at 1-3 on the year again, while Princeton Day School, they are now at 6-0. For our coaches spotlight, I'm going to take a look at the head coach for the Princeton Day School, Pat Trombetta. He's in his 10th season out of Seton Hall University. Times at Trenton, Coach of the Year last year. Served as an officer in the West Windsor Plainsboro Soccer Association. And he has 5 championship victories since 2008. Again, that's not all that long ago, so definitely a big-time pedigree as far as coaching, and one of the reasons why Princeton Day School has done so well, again, winning the championship last season. Taking a look quickly at the starting lineups for both teams. Blair Academy, they're going to play a 4-3-3 rather, and of course Fiona Walsh between the goalposts. She is just committed to Vassar. 33 saves on the very young season. She, again, we mentioned during the last Open, 25 saves in the last game. Also keep an eye on Caroline Papard out of Garden City, New York. She is committed to Navy. And Rebecca Grasibel out of Hardwick, New Jersey. They'll be anchoring the midfield for Blair Academy. For Princeton Day School. Grace Barber, rather, she will be in the goal. 20 saves on the year. And, of course, keep an eye on Damali Simon Ponte. Madison McCaw, she's committed to Columbia. Madison Coyne's committed to George Washington. And there'll be more commits to come, I'm sure, as PDS, they will be employing a 4-2-3-1 in their formation. Looks like we're just about set to go, as it will be Blair Academy going left to right on your screen in the road blue, and Princeton Day School will be in the white going right to left. A very interesting matchup here. 40 minutes on the scoreboard, running time, 40-minute halves. And this is just game number 1 of our doubleheader. Is coming up at about 4 o'clock. Once this game is over and warm-ups are done, it'll be the boys for these both of these schools going at it as well. So a long but fun day expected here at Princeton Day School. Again, Tom Williams here. Thanks so much for joining us. We're just about ready to get things started. Fan base is coming in. A lot of activity on the campus of Princeton Day School today. Not only multiple soccer games, but field hockey as well. I believe they had a fun run earlier as well. It looks like everybody is just about ready to go. And as we mentioned in the open, a beautiful day, whether it be soccer or anything else you want to do here in Central New Jersey. So we are underway as a Princeton Day School, they kick things off. And we'll see how quickly they get things moving. Again, they have the offense that can really get things rolling. Nice run up here. Here's Abby Atkinson, but could not catch up to the long ball. And that'll go out of touch just 20 seconds in. Caroline Toll out of Riverside, Connecticut throws it in. Batted right back to her. And it's going to be intercepted. Madison McCaw to the outside, tapped away from her. And setting things up on the outside here is Princeton Day School. Back to Coyne, tried to give and go, but would not connect with Simon Ponte. But the pressure being continued here by the Panthers. Towards the corner it goes for Madison McCaw. Cross is loose in front, but then tapped wide. And that is going to go out of play and go for a goal kick. That cross was just a little bit behind Brianna Asbury. She's the second leading scorer on this team, by the way, with 5 goals on the year. And again, that was just a little bit behind, and she can only get a toe on it. So it's cleared out. And Blair Academy a chance here to get it over the center line, but it's knocked right back. And it's controlled here by Blair Academy. Having trouble getting out of their own third. And it's intercepted once again by Kelsey Lane, the center midfielder. On the run on the near side, this is Emily Simons. Simons up here to Asbury. Here for Kelsey Lane, back for Simons. Hops away from her as it's deflected. And that's going to go out of play. Always an interesting situation with these multi-use fields. Which lines do you use? Well, some confusion there by Blair Academy, and it'll be a Princeton Day School throw. Here to throw things in, Emily Simons, a senior left back. Controlled here by Asbury. Just being looked at by Williard. Forced towards the corner. Crossed all the way back up top. Some good pressure being put on by the Panthers. Shot comes in and an easy save by Fiona Walsh. So first shot of the game. And right into the chest of Fiona Walsh. But Blair Academy just can't control the pass out from the netminder. That was slammed off the body of Brianna Asbury. Now trying to fire through here is Allison Clyde. Pass comes back, shot comes in, and a save there by Walsh. Trying to go on the near side. Walsh stayed close to the post. And she'll fire it out, but again, she just fires it out to the center line. And Princeton Day School is there right away. Kicked up ahead here by Simons. Connects now to Allison Clyde, but that's going to go out of play, and it looks like it will be Princeton Day School ball. .36 left to go here in the first half. Still waiting for our first goal of the game. Carrying much of the play in the offensive third is Princeton Day School. mostly being kept to the outside. Just a couple of shots, a couple of saves. As now the regroup begins here as Rebecca Kuzmitz will angle it up ahead. Looking there for Simon Ponte, but knocked away. But again, the Panthers maintain control and pressure. Madison Coyne to the outside. Simon Ponte heading to the corner. Tries to lift it out in front, but it's to nobody in particular and steered wide. Pass across, but it's going to be intercepted. Shot comes in, and again, a save by Fiona Walsh right into the chest. So 3 shots, 3 saves, but nothing yet going on the scoreboard. Yeah, and still relatively early on, just 5 minutes in, and a possible breakout here for Blair Academy. He's trying to streak through. It's Emily Mooney. Mooney with a shot, but coming out of the cage. There was Grace Barbara. Very aggressive goaltending there from Barbara. Opportunity here for Blair Academy to get some offensive possession at least. It's taken here by Caroline Papard. He shouldered off, but it is going to be a foul. And a spot for Blair Academy. Grisibel will set things up. Looks like one of our officials is going to mark off the 10 yards, down to 35 minutes. Just off 5 minutes into this first game of our doubleheader here on the Strive Network between Princeton Day School and Blair Academy. Maybe a little bit too far outside for an opportunity towards goal. Not much in the way of a wall, just 2-man walls. It's chopped towards, and that's going to go just over the cage. Kind of like what she was thinking, just a little bit too far outside, and the goaltender wasn't exactly committed out. But trying to find that near side from where we're sitting, where from the camera is that near side top corner, but just a little bit high. But first shot towards cage for Blair Academy. Blair Academy can't quite control the header. And it could be a rush to the pass up ahead by Clyde. Madison Coyne once again. Simon Ponte, that was expected for her, but knocked away. And the Panthers will maintain possession though. Goes off a body, trying to keep things alive. There was Maggie Williard, but she couldn't keep it in. Deep throw in here for Princeton Day School. Numbers forward here for the Panthers, trying to fill the penalty box. Couple of headers up top, and it's going to be cleared up high. Blair Academy is able to clear now over the line. As that goes up there off of Madison McCaw. McCaw has opportunities here for Simon Ponte to the outside. Ponte to the left leg, now back to the right. Trying to get in deep, poked away from her, still follows up. Simon Ponte is so tough to take off the ball. It takes usually 2 players to do it. Taken here by the Panthers still. Shot from the outside, well wide. Off the left leg of Madison Coyne. 32:50 left to go here in the first half of play. Still no score, Princeton Day School and Blair Academy. They're trying to maintain some control. Tapped up ahead to the near side. But unable to control cleanly, it was Grisibel. That's deflected out of play. Once again off of Grisibel. And it'll be a throw for Princeton Day. Here's Emily Simons. Off the body of Klein, out of bounds. And it'll be Blair ball with the throw. Quick restart here for Chesney Bogue. She gets it right back. Up the middle, a couple of deflections. But it's picked off by Abby Atkinson. Atkinson up the middle. Madison McCaw. Nice reverse, and she's got some open space to work with. Trying to cut that, set up that right leg, but it's knocked away by Jean Kim. Just a little bit too far of a touch, and Kim was able to get onto it. Nice spin move there, some shoulder barging, and it looks like that's going to go against the Princeton Day School. So we're down to 31:45 left to go here in the first. And trying to cut it on the far side was Emily Mooney, looking for her first goal of the year after getting 2 assists on the season so far. Taken over here by Papard out of Garden City, Long Island. And now Blair finally getting something going, but then the one-touch pass across is deflected. Almost dropped to the legs of Grisibel. Blair able to control. Angled up ahead, too far for Emily Newford. And that's going to go over touch. And it'll go for a goal kick for Princeton Day School. I would say most of the play being carried by Princeton Day School. I'd say 2/3 of the play. Blair Academy would once in a while get that counter punch. Shots towards cage rather are 3-1 in favor of Princeton Day. Only one shot, actually only 2 shots have been on net, and both by PDS. Blair ball on the near side, Chesney Bogue up the middle, 1 goal on the year, and that's going to tick out of play once again. Emily Simons will control, and quick restart, but they're going to ask her to move back, trying to take advantage of things. Long throw up ahead, deflected high by Asbury. Trying the spin move there was Grisibel. Up ahead, but knocked away at the last second, otherwise Mooney would have been off to the races. 10 minutes into this first game, or this first half rather, and of this first game. Still no score. Simon Ponte trying to power her way through. She'll cut it wide. Trying to dance her way through. Here is McCaw. And she's knocked down. No whistles. And it looks like it's going to go for... Well, it looks like it's going to go for a corner kick. So first corner of the game. And they're going to set it up short. Return pass here to Simon Ponte, who took the corner. Now up ahead. Return to Simon Ponte, tried to chip it out in front of the cage, but unable to do so. And that's knocked away and cleared out. Trying to get that quick corner, that quick short corner to surprise everybody, but nobody was surprised. But again, maintaining control of the Panthers. Kicked up ahead by Mayercourt. Now Blair trying to move the other way, but off a leg. Mayercourt had some control. Bodied off here by Emily Newford. And it goes over top and it'll go out of play. And it'll be a throw to Princeton Day School. Switching sides here. It's taken over by Simons. Nice move. And it's grabbed here by Kelsey Lane. Up ahead, intended there for Simon Ponte. Blair will take it away. This will be angled up ahead, taken by Papard. Papard spins to the right. Tapped away from her, and we could rush the other way. Pass a little bit behind Clyde. Clyde will try to chip it up ahead now for Simon Ponte. Ponte trying to split the defense. Takes the shot. Oh, a diving save. Nice stop there by Fiona Walsh. That's directed out of play, and it looks like it's going to go for the second corner of the game. Yep, second corner of the game for Princeton Day School. We'll see if they go short this time. Doesn't look like anybody's set up there. So again, second corner for Princeton Day School. And this is Simon Ponte. Comes all the way out in front, but Esther Pasternak able to clear it. But right back to Simon Ponte, and they can set up the offense. Low cross by Mayercourt. Well, that's easily cleared away. But again, the pressure being put on by the Panthers once again. Now this is Coyne. Trying to dance through one and through another. Shoulder barge down. Nothing called. But Princeton Day able to move through. Getting tripped up was McCaw. And that's knocked away as well. So referee letting a few things go. Nothing egregious. Certainly nothing card-worthy. Simon Ponte. Up ahead now for Clyde. Clyde trying to get her way through, but she at least forces a deep throw in. Again, shots towards cage, 3-1 in favor of Princeton Day School. Simon Ponte returned here. Mayercourt. Simon Ponte trying to cross, deflected, loose out in front, tapped over the cage, and on top of the net. Madison McCaw. Direction Allison Clyde couldn't quite direct it towards the net. Fourth shot towards net, though. And it'll be a goal kick taken here by Fiona Walsh. 50-50 ball squirts on through. Trying to move through was Emily Mooney. Couldn't quite control cleanly. And it's grabbed here by Madison Coyne. Even getting the defensive players into the zone and involved in the offense here is Princeton Day School. Not like they're throwing forward 11 players, but certainly able to sneak in an extra player once in a while as they're taking control of this game, but still no score. Picked up here by Kelsey Lane. And you can tell that they're trying to go to that far side, or to the right side, if you will, to Simon Ponte. And they got something that Blair Academy is going to, if they don't already know, adjust to. Losing control there is Atkinson. And it's going to be cleared up ahead. That's all that Blair Academy is able to really do right now, is clear and regroup. Really no sustained pressure of their own, or sustained possession as well. Again, possession right now, you're looking at about 80% to 20%. And that is just a guess from my vantage point. But yeah, about 80-20 in favor of Princeton Day School right now. But that can change on a dime. Trying to control here is Newford, but she's double teamed right here near the touch line. Tapped up ahead, but coming to help out is Chesney Bogue. And it will be a Blair throw. It's Bogue with the quick restart, but that's cut off right away. Bogue tries to knock it down, but unable to do so. And we're going the other way as here's Allison Clyde. Crosses it across, but it's going to be knocked away. Good defensive play by Maggie Williard out of Blairstown. Just past the 25-minute mark. Again, running time, running backwards from 40 minutes. We're at 24:35 right now. And a goal kick. And Fiona Walsh will get another touch. And very busy goaltender is Walsh. And she will clear this up ahead. Off the head of Esther Pasternak. But it's intercepted once again. Unable to get into the going, though, with Simon Ponte. Up the far side, Emily Mooney. Cut off right away by Madison Coyne. And that's going to go out of bounds, and that's off of McCaw. Correction, off of Coyne. So a deep throw in, and controlled here by Pasternak, trying to spin, knocked down inside the box. And referee had whistle to mouth, but nothing called. See if Blair Academy can get some possession at very least. But very aggressive defense when it comes up to the top of the penalty box. Turnaround shot, and that's going to be blocked. And Princeton Day is able to clear at least to the near side. Here's Asbury. Knocked down by Jones. Ariana Jones. Left foot pass is knocked down by Bogue, and that'll go out of touch. Still no score. 23-14 left to go in the first half of play. Sitting for the long throw here is Simons. Over the head of Ansu, who was subbed on in. Again, unlike professional soccer, you can sub in and out here at the high school level. Deep throw in expected here from Princeton Day School. Setting up the throw is Simons. Correction, that is Ariana Jones. Jones looking to cross it over. Over the head and loose at the far side post. It went over the head of a couple of players, including the goaltender. That really kind of drew her in towards the touchline. But it was directed out of play, and it will be quarter number 3 for Princeton Day School. Taken here by Simon Ponte. Out in front, headed across, nobody there. Simon Ponte coming in from the corner spot. Knees it across, but headed away by Catherine Rose. And then kneed even further by Pasternak, and she'll try to break out the other way. Blair Academy with some numbers. Trying a little give and go, but good defensive work by the Panthers once again. That was Charlotte Mayercourt. Slowed everything down as the Buccaneers tried to move through. So as much as the Panthers have control of this game, Blair Academy, all they need is one little break the other way, and they could take advantage. Again, still no score, but it's deflected away. Trying to move through is Clyde. So they did a touch and taken by Simon Ponte. She's got room and she's got numbers. Help out in front. Now to Klein, trying to get to the right foot. Shot comes in, knocked down and covered up by the netminder Walsh. And she'll get to go for the quick restart. Taken by Veronica Blair out of Orange, New Jersey. Trying the return pass. It's taken over by Grasibel. This is Pasternak. Up the middle, and that is an offsides call. First offsides of the game. Officials going without flags, so we have to kind of keep an eye. Yeah, it's two referees essentially, and they are both responsible for the offsides calls and the touch calls as well. And first offsides of the game, well, that belongs to the Blair Academy. Just off by about a step. And the long clear out by Grace Barber, who's only had a couple of touches. Hasn't had to make a save yet. And a foul. And that'll go against Princeton Day School. Looking to set up is Rebecca Grasibel. Getting down to the 20-minute mark. So about halfway through this first half. And looked like it may have went off the hand of Ariana Jones, who went down after the play. And it will be a Blair Academy with the free kick. Just about at center line. Trying to get it inside the scoring box, but it's going to be knocked away. Good defensive play once again by the Panthers. Coming all the way back is Damalia Simon Ponte. And knowing her defensive responsibility, in spite of how much of a offensive threat she is. And now we'll go the other way, 2-on-3, 2v3 coming in. Passed across by Shu. Trying to chase it down, though, is Clyde. Clyde up ahead now for Simon Ponte, but it's knocked away from her. Followed up by Ariana Jones, trying to return it, but too strong. And that is going to go out of play for a throw-in for Blair Academy. Still no score, 19 minutes left to go here in the first half of play. Yeah, and most of the play has been carried by Princeton Day School. Again, a 6-0 record on the year. Blair Academy at 1-3. Pasternak trying to spin away. And she's able to clear towards the line. She'll try it again with the left foot. That's going to deflect out of play, so it'll go for a throw for Blair Academy. It's been these kind of counterpunch opportunities for Blair Academy in this game. That's all they've really had, not much in the way of sustained offensive pressure or possession. See if they can get something rolling here. Here's Pasternak once again. Trying to dance on through is Emily Mooney with another good shoulder barge. Great defensive work by Princeton Day, not making anything easy for the Buccaneers. Here's Brianna Asbury. Near side for Clyde. Clyde trying to make a move to get around Jane Kim. Kim with her right there, shoulder to shoulder. Working towards the corner. Tapped away, and that's going to go out of touch, and it'll be a throw-in. Throw-in for Princeton Day School, very deep. And last time they had a throw-in in this position, they were very close to scoring. That's actually the last scoring opportunity that Princeton Day School had about 3 minutes ago. Everybody backing off here, expecting her to throw a really long one. This is Jones with the long throw towards the corner. Goaltender came out, got a piece of it, at least punched it away. Comes to the near side, the cross once again, high in the air at the 6-yard line. The goaltender came out to punch and she missed. Open net, but Blair Academy does not panic and clears at least outside the box. And now they maintain control. But double teamed there is Veronica Blair. It comes on back and a good clear by Chesney Bogan to the crowd. The fan base for the Princeton Day School likes that one. Again, great pressure being put on by Princeton Day, just missing the finish. As we are down to the 16:50 mark. Long throw once again by Pat, but unable to get it on in. Trying to control here is Abby Atkinson, knocked away from her. See if the Blair Academy can counterpunch once again. But a good job here, knocking it away by Tulsi Parry, who just subbed her way in. Parry gets it there from Simon Ponte. Trying to battle her way through is Ann Sue. Cross in, but it's going to be knocked away. It's right there in front was Allison Cly. But Blair's done a good job in their own way defensively. They pretty much collapse inside their own 18-yard box. Instead of Princeton being very aggressive, Blair Academy kind of lets you come at them and then collapses, doesn't give you anything out in front. And that's going to be an easy trip call. And let's see if we get our first booking of the game. Doesn't look like it, though. Oh, maybe. Looks like we may have our first card of the game. There could be just a warning. Doesn't look like it's reaching to the pocket just yet. And just a little bit of a warning. But a spot kick opportunity here for Princeton Day School. These set pieces always very important. Madison Coyne will take it with 5 forward for the Panthers inside the box. See if they time this well. From the outside, it's going to go well high and wide. Just really did not execute that well. So goal kick for Blair Academy. 15 minutes, 8 seconds left to go in the first half of play. Still no score. Fiona Walsh will take the goal kick. Walsh so far just 2 saves, as opposed to the 25 she had last week. And unable to control that cleanly was Chesney Bogue. Not happy with herself there. Just a little pass across, just hop off the top of her boot. So another opportunity here for the Panthers. Long throw and expected from Ariana Jones. She's been doing this all game long. Everyone's backing off. Here comes the long throw. Shouldered off, and that's going to go for a goal kick as it went off a defenseman. They changed their mind on that one. Yes, they did. They're going to call that a corner. So taking the quarter once again. First time from the near side, by the way, is Simon Ponte. Long cross. Off the hip, and they score! Nice connection there as it went off the hip. And it is a 1-0 lead for Princeton Day School. Not normally your traditional knock into the cage, usually off the head, the knee, the foot, but off the hip works. Doesn't matter where it goes as long as it's not off the hand. Great goal there as Princeton Day School has taken the 1-0 lead here at the 14-minute mark. So finally the Panthers able to break through. See if this opens things up, or will Blair Academy have the opportunity to kind of regroup and get back in this game. Again, Princeton Day School really carried much of the play. A lot of action in the crowd as well as on the field, apparently. As it is headed away, the Panthers maintain control. This is Kelsey Lane. Up the middle now for Cly, the goal scorer. So for Allison Cly, by the way, that is goal number 4 on the year. And Simon Ponte trying to move her way through. Again, bad touch, and it's going to be easily knocked away. Nia Henry trying to start the counterpunch. As they have some numbers, but it's chips towards the corner. Henry trying to chase onto it. But it's taken by the defense. Simon Ponte. And the Panthers control once again.
I have a summer home in 14th Head. She's giving you that.
Pass up ahead, that's intercepted by Pasternak. He's knocked down the play by Ann Sue, and she'll come away with it. No foul called. She knocked away, still has control. Cross here to Jones. Couldn't quite grab it there. It's taken now by Blair Academy and cleared up ahead. Good shielding there by Madison Coyne. Very good anchoring the defense. She'll move up with it. Tipped over now for Jones. Jones with the left foot shot. That's going to be right on to the netminder. Sixth shot of the game by Princeton Day School. Save number 3 for the netminder Walsh. Again, it's a 1-0 lead for Princeton Day School. We're down to 11:45 left here in this first half of play. And they're looking for more. Up ahead now is Sue. Trying to connect there with Brooke Smuckler, who just subbed her way in. Knocked out of play, but it is taken over by Princeton Day School. Long throw expected once again from Jones. Into the box it goes, off his shoulder, turnaround try, that's blocked. Nice opportunity there for Smuckler. But it is going to be cleared to the center third. Madison Coyne. Simon Ponte back for Coyne. Coyne trying to set up the right foot and does, chips it towards Cage, but it's going to go high and wide. So a shot opportunity there, but it goes well wide. So goal kick here for Blair Academy. Getting down to the last 10 minutes of this first half of play. Game 1 of a doubleheader. Coming up at about 4 o'clock after this one is over, it'll be the boys' turn. Up in the air, looked like it went off the hand of Simons, and yep, referee caught it. So free kick here for Blair Academy. Chesney Boat will set things up. Boat trying to get into the offensive third, but Blair just having trouble really maintaining pressure. It's tapped across here for Katie Peacock. And lifted forward, but a good cutoff and clear up. And this could be a break-in. Here comes Kelsey Lane, but overran it just a little bit. Actually, that was Brooke Smuckler again. She's been very good since coming into the game a few minutes ago. Smuckler has it again. Low 3-on-3. Asbury with the left foot shot, deflected off the hip and wide. Maggie Williard getting in the way of that one. And a corner. Fourth corner of the game. Actually, it's fifth corner of the game for Princeton Day School. Blair hasn't had enough pressure to really earn the corner just yet. And that's something they will certainly figure out. If they can hang on here down 1-0 and regroup at halftime, they would have a nice shot here. But they've got a long way to go to get there. Crossed over at the post, and it's going to go just wide. Looked like it went off the hip of Rebecca Kuzmitz. Just could not direct it, just went wide of the far side post. So that'll go for a goal kick here for Blair Academy. 9 minutes left to go here in the first half of play. I want to thank everyone for joining us here on the Strive Network. We come to you live from Baker Field, Princeton, New Jersey, on the campus of Princeton Day School. And all 11 are forward on the forward side of the line here. So it's angled up ahead, looking for Smuckler, but it's going to go out of play. Just a little too strong, and Caroline Toll is right there. So the intensity and the forward pressure being put on by the Princeton Day Panthers continues up 1-0. Again, their forward, or their back three, or three of their back four rather, are just hanging at the center line. That might be part of the problem here for Blair Academy. If they can get over that defensive wall, they would have some great opportunities, but they just have no possession to speak of. Grace Barber will get a first touch in a little while. Up the middle, shielded off there by Jones, but knocked away. That first touch very crucial, and she's good in control. Princeton Day does a very good job not forcing things forward. And if they have to move back to maintain possession, they will. Kuzmitz with it, and she will cross it over. Madison Coyne with it, the commit to George Washington. Seems to be very much a defensive captain. Really controlling everything as far as Princeton Day's defense is concerned. Let's see if we get a counterpunch here from Blair Academy, but it's going to be directed out of play by Maggie Williard. Actually, it looks like that was actually Emily Newford, but either way, looking for that run on the outside that never came. So a little bit of a miscommunication. Throwing up ahead, 7 minutes left to go. 1-0 lead for Princeton Day School. There will be Blair throw. But a quick substitution is coming out is Nia Henry. And also Veronica Blair will come out. Pasternak back in for Blair Academy. Even though it was a Blair throw, Princeton able to snuff that out right away. Kuzmitz up the middle. Returned right back to her. She'll try the outside this time for Simons. Again, very patient. You can do that when you're up. It's only 1-0. But again, great possession here by Princeton Day School. Pass up ahead, connects down to McCaw. Out of the outside. Long pass up ahead. It's knocked away. It was intended for Ariana Jones. Couldn't quite reach her though. It goes out of touch. And a quick substitution here. Coming out of the game is Brianna Asbury. Coming in, Isabel Hogshire for the first time. And another throw for Princeton Day. Ariana Jones. Already been noted for the long throw in. Everybody backs off, goes into the box. I don't know. I would go for the short throw here and try to kick it across, but big throw once again. Off a couple of heads, and that's going to go out of play. It should be a corner, I believe. Yeah, that's going to go corner. Corner number 6 for Princeton Day School. And once again, it'll be Simon Ponte, fresh back into the game. And even though she's a big-time goal scorer, it's a great job crossing. She does it again. Off ahead, back to the top of the box. Set up, trying to set that left foot is Coyne. Tapped up ahead and onside, but a little bit too strong for Hogshire. And Blair Academy will try to go the other way with the counter punch. Oh, big step up there, and that's an easy foul call. That's Grosseibel going down. Very aggressive defensive work. Borderline card-worthy, considering she may have been the last defenseman. But it looks like Cards will stay in the pocket. But a chance here for Blair to move everybody up. And maybe get some offensive work going here in the last 4 minutes of this first half. To the top of the box it goes, off a knee. Pasternak unable to control cleanly. And here comes Princeton Day the other way. Very patient once again. They can rush things forward and probably beat the defense back, but might lose control. They're all about possession in this game. Again, carrying possession at least 75% of the time in this game. Long pass up ahead, a little bit too strong for Smuckler. That's going to go out of play. And a goal kick. Down to 3:38 left to go in the first half. Goal kick once again by Fiona Walsh, who hasn't been incredibly busy compared to other games. But it has been busy as far as positioning is concerned, just not a whole lot of saves. Here's Grosseibel. To the outside, Newford lets it go. But it's going to be knocked off the shin of Parry. And that was enough to thwart the Buccaneer offense. Down to 3 minutes to go as Parry waits for it. Parry shields against two. And does a good job getting it on back now for Kuzmitz. Back for Parry, but that goes out of play. And a chance here for Blair to move numbers up. Quick restart, but Parry able to knock it up ahead. But it's going to be intercepted. A chance here for Pasternak to the outside. Chip towards the cage, off the crossbar. Rebound, unable to control. Another shot is blocked away. Goaltender knocks it out of play. Actually, they're saying it's going to be a goal kick. It was knocked out before the goaltender was able to control it. That is a big-time break for Princeton Day. Just the second shot of the game for the Blair Academy, and it was a doozy off the woodwork. Down to 2 minutes, 13 seconds left to go here in the first half. As Grace Barber, the commit to Princeton, will clear things out. And it's still controlled here by Princeton Day. Very calmly once again, Kuzmits. Now back to the keeper, Barbara. Up the middle, that's going to be intercepted back towards the box. Headed across, trying to move through here is Grisibel, but she's triple team, comes on back, shot from the well outside. And the goaltender will stop it from going out. Third shot of the game there for Blair. Down to a minute 30 left. And it's still 1-0 Princeton Day. And down for Blair is Williard. Foul against Princeton Day. I believe that was Smuckler who knocked her down. Good thing for Blair, otherwise we're in a 4-on-2. Blair Academy trying to get something going late in this half. Even if they don't score, get some kind of momentum back. Talk about things at halftime and see if they can regroup offensively. Down to 1 minute left to go. Official time kept on the field. Scoreboard does say 50 seconds left though. It's taken here by Simon Ponte. She's kind of been, I wouldn't say incredibly quiet. She's taken all the corners. But as far as goal scoring and goal opportunities, Simon Ponte has been pretty quiet. So here's Tulsi Pari. Good shoulder barge there though by Grisibel. Comes out of touch as Parsley throws it up ahead. 25 seconds left. Headed forward by Lane. Intercepted, trying to move through here is McCaw. Shot comes in. Oh, it goes just wide. Nice opportunity. Just missed the far side post. And we're down to 10 seconds left. I wouldn't expect Blair Academy to do anything except for kick the ball last second just to finish off the half. 4 seconds left. Last thing you want is a very last second goal. And that is the end of the first half of play. 1-0 lead for Princeton Day School. We'll come back in a few minutes for the second half of play. Well, thank you everyone for joining us here on the Strive Network for the soccer doubleheader. And after this game is over, don't go anywhere, as we will have the boys game between these same two schools. Again, it's coming up at approximately 4 o'clock right after this game is over. So we'll take a break. We'll come back to the second half in just a few minutes. You're watching the Strive Network. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from the Princeton Day School, Baker Field to be exact, as we're about to get the second half started between Princeton Day School and Blair Academy. Some stats from the first half of play. Shots attempted, 7-3 in favor of Princeton Day. Corners, 6-0. 3 saves made by Blair's netminder, while none by the Princeton Day School netminder, as again, Grace Barber hasn't had to do much in the way of work today. Only one offsides call, no cards, and 1 goal scored. It was Rebecca Kuzmitz, so we had that wrong at first. We do apologize for that, but Rebecca Kuzmitz able to hip check the ball into the net off the cross from Damali Simon Ponte on the corner from the near side. Looks like both teams are just about ready to get this one started, at least the second half started. Tom Williams here. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Strive Network. And this is just getting started as we have a second game coming right after. It will be the boys' versions of these two schools. That's coming up at about 4 o'clock. That's the expected time. But just keep it right here and keep it nice and simple. So we're underway, and right away it goes out of bounds. And counting from 40 minutes as once again Princeton Day School has control. And look at the counterpunch here. Here comes McCaw, but she's stopped just at the top of the penalty box. Again, this is where Blair's had some trouble here, just maintaining any kind of control. Some great pressure by the Panthers throughout. Again, this is just a guess on our part. But as far as possession is concerned, got to say 75-25 in favor of Princeton Day School. Caroline Papard trying to keep things alive. As Papard once again. Across here to Pasternak. Pasternak has done very well in this game. Probably the top player for Blair in this game so far. See if she steps up offensively. She's done very well in trying to maintain possession. But it hasn't completely worked out for the Buccaneers. Trying to move up here is Charlotte Mayorcourt. Cut off there by Peacock. Peacock tries to move across. Bad touch there as it's knocked away by Atkinson. And here come the Panthers. They've got numbers. Moving up here is McCaw. McCaw to the outside. Trying to run onto it here is Simon Ponte. Simon Ponte can't quite catch up to it. And that will go for a goal kick. Well, some calls for corner, but referee right on top of it and calls it the goal kick. Yoda Walsh, 33 saves coming into this game. He had 25 in Wednesday's game. 25 saves one game. I honestly thought that was a typo, but I did confirm it with Marnie Egan, the coach for Blair Academy. And she said she was absolutely fantastic in that one. Again, you have to be if you're making 25 saves. And that is just not a number you see in soccer very often. Low cross here by McCaw, but it's knocked away pretty easily. Now on the far side, Panthers trying to get something rolling. Here's Brianna Asbury. Being looked at by Chesney Bogue. And it's going to be a throw in for Blair. Quick restart. And it's controlled here by Pasternak. Knocked away by McCaw. And this has been the game here for Blair Academy. They would clear things out, trying to run onto it. And in this case, it's Emily Newfer. But Barbara, the keeper, comes all the way out and clears. She's done a very good job in the few touches that she's had. She has no saves, but a couple instances like that where Blair would try to come over the defense and run onto it, but the goaltender would come out and knock it away. Just about 5 minutes into the second half, and that's going to go out of touch. Tulsi Parry's done a good job defensively as well here for Princeton Day School. Pass across, that's going to be intercepted. And trying to run through was Katie Peacock. Good job getting it on back here to Pasternak, but an even better job by Ann Sue. And that's going to be angled up ahead now for Simon Ponte. Try to chase onto it, but that is going to go, no, it's going to stay in. The cross, a little bit behind though. Shot comes in, that's knocked down. Nice opportunity for Asbury, who followed up. And once again, the Panthers control. On the run here is Mayercourt. Mayercourt with the return. Mayercourt tries the cross, the header out in front, off the post. Nice opportunity in front. But only able to knock it home was Allison Clyde. That was a better opportunity than the goal was. But it stays 1-0. So this time, Princeton Day will try the far side. Here's Asbury. Cross with the right leg, knocked down by Sue. But it's knocked away, and Blair is going to be at least able to clear it away to the center third. Again, not a whole lot in the way of numbers by Blair, though. They are just gassed from playing defensively. So here comes Atkinson. Simon Ponte trying to create room for herself. And now the Panthers will play the possession game. Here's Mayercourt. Mayercourt going shoulder to shoulder with Peacock. Mayercourt gets through her, the cross, and it goes off of Toll and out of play. And that'll be the first quarter of the second half. 8th of the game for Princeton Day School. They've scored on one corner. It's 1-0. Simon Ponte will take it. Five have moved up. Here comes the cross. Loose in the box, cleared up ahead. Went off a leg, but Blair Academy able to escape that one. And it's going to be cleared to the near side. Unable to control, here's Mayercourt. Slammed up ahead by Lane. And nice possession work there by Jones. Now for Simon Ponte. Ponte tripped up on the play. And it'll be a free kick. For Princeton Day, they will load up the penalty box once again. Here's Madison Coyne with the long cross, only a two-man wall. And here we go. Cross up ahead, and offsides is called. Free kick here for Blair Academy, cleared out by the netminder Walsh, who had no chance on the goal scored against her, by the way. It's just one of those crosses that pinballed around and ended up onto the hip of Rebecca Kuzmitz. Princeton Day once again with pressure. Shielding the ball there is Clyde, gets it on back now for Mayercourt. Back now for Lane. Versus now for Coyne. Coyne up ahead. Simon Ponte. Well, that's going to go out of bounds. A little bit too strong for McCaw. And it'll be Blair with the throw in. And a substitution being made by Blair. Coming out is Newfer. Blair having trouble really getting forward, but now with possession, Peacock. Dangerous cross, and it's going to be intercepted. Taken now by Atkinson. Back up ahead. Cross now for Atkinson once again. Now Mayercourt trying to set up the cross, didn't get all of it. Taken over though by Simon Ponte. Simon Ponte to Mayercourt. Pass back. Oh, nice little spin move there from Coyne. And again, very professional style play here from Princeton Day, just taking possession. And they have no problem winning this game 1-0, even though they've had some more opportunities. Hard for Blair to get any scoring going if they don't have the ball, but now the counterpunch is going to be cleared up ahead, but already way to the top of the penalty box is going to be Grace Barber to pick that one up. That's something that Blair may want to keep an eye on. If they can chip it over her head, it would be from some serious distance. But if they could chip it over her head, that would might be an opportunity just to keep her honest. That's going to go out of play. It'll be a throw for Blair. Caroline Toll out of Riverside, Connecticut throws it up ahead, but it's going to be intercepted. Almost off the arm of Simon Ponte. And once again, it'll be Blair ball. And once again, Caroline Toll, the junior, will throw it in. Gets it on back, but it's going to be intercepted, and it could be a rush the other way. Cutting up now is Clyde. Trying to catch up to it was Ponte, with Simon Ponte rather. But that'll go out of play. Simon Ponte has been kept to the outside, has done a really good job crossing the ball. Again, with 6 goals and 10 assists on the year, she could be dangerous in many ways offensively. She'll head it forward. And that's going to be a foul. That'll be against Princeton Day School. Just about 10 minutes into this first half of play. And it's taken over. Nice play for Clyde. Clyde trying to move in. Good back checking. And now Katie Peacock will control. See, the Blair Academy can get something going here. Trying to chase onto it is Newford. But good job defensively by Kelsey Lane to knock it to the far sideline. Kept alive by the Panthers. Blair only committed about 5 players forward. At this point, they may, it's going to come a point actually they're going to get desperate. Start to bring numbers forward, and that is going to be the opportunity for Princeton Day to counterpunch and add to their 1-0 lead. Trying to make her way inside was Clyde. And looks like it's going to go for a throw. Knocked away towards the corner. Here's the cross. That's knocked down into the 6-yard box, but it's going to be cleared out once again. And they're not really trying the long throw just yet. This is actually going to help out Princeton Day as it'll go closer to the corner. And we saw in the first half of play, it was Ariana Jones with the long throw-ins. Now this is into the box. Trying to get the turnaround opportunity here is Clyde, but it's knocked away towards the corner flag. Chasing it down is Bogue. And she clears out the touch. Instead of the corner, it'll be the long throw once again. Converging there, Catherine Rose for Blair Academy, but again controlled by Princeton Day. Back up now for Madison Coyne. Coyne right up the middle, and the goaltender will come out. It's Fiona Walsh to stop the rush. And she'll try to get the quick restart, but that was way up in the air. Headed up here by Parry. Direction that was Abby Atkinson. And that's going to be cleared away by Caroline Papard. A lot of possession in the offensive third here for Princeton Day. It continues. Directed out of play, and it should be a Blair Academy throw. And this might be their opportunity here to get some numbers forward and get something going offensively. A lot of play towards the sideline as now Blair finally gets some room, and here comes Pasternak. Pasternak trying to go up the middle with it. Goaltender out and aggressive, and she will clear. And not sure if it's been noticed by Blair, but again, pretty much playing top of the penalty box is the goaltender for the Panthers, Grace Barbara. That's something they may want to attempt. A little chip over would be good to see. But now trying to move through is Allison Clyde, but we'll go the other way. Only getting as far as the center line in Madison Coyne. Coyne up the middle. And it's going to be dropped off for Charlotte Mayorcourt. Near side touchline, but unable to keep it alive was Simon Ponte. So it'll be a Blair throw with 26 minutes left to go. Thrown in by Caroline Toll. Back for Williard. Williard to some open field on the far side. Tap back down for Papard. Here's the possession that Blair Academies have been having trouble to maintaining. Can credit the aggressiveness of Princeton Day as they have a rush opportunity. Nice angle pass. She's in. Trying to get a shot off, but she's knocked down. Good defensive work. The illegal tackle there. And that'll go out of play for the corner. Second corner of the half. That's 9 in the game. Actually, it's 7 in the game for Princeton Day. Here's a long cross off ahead, and that's going to go out of bounds in another corner. This time we'll start off the near side. Going down to 25 minutes left to go in the second half of play, and after this one is over, be sure to keep it here on the Strive Network. Plenty of action coming up today. So we have the boys game between Princeton Day and the Blair Academy. Low cross this time, knocked to the top of the box, and now trying to counter punch here is Mooney. Steps around one, but a good job working back was Abby Atkinson. Slowed everything down, a little bit of a foul, but you know what? That allows Princeton Day to get numbers back. Here's Pasternak getting set to take the free kick. I want to move that ball back to the line. Slow restart here. As Blair is able to control. Kim across now for Williard. Again, look at this great pressure here being put on by the Panthers. And it's going to be knocked away, and a possible 3-on-2. Here's Simon Ponte to the outside. She'll cut towards the corner. Nice stop there to the left foot. Dropped on back. Grabbed on by Sue. And that's going to go off a leg and out of play, and another corner. Third corner already in this second half. That's 9 in the game, while Blair has not had a corner in the game so far. Just not enough pressure. Damali Simon Ponte. The junior and leading goal scorer on the team. Goal scorer and point maker. 6 goals, 10 assists. Here comes the cross to the near side post. Tapped away, but nobody back in that position. Racing across now is Mayercourt. Right back into the box it goes. Off ahead, and that's going to go up, and it's going to stay in play, but out in front of the cage, and now it's taken over by the netminder, Walsh. Walsh trying to get the restart quickly. Good body work there, and this is passed up ahead. Good work by Blair Academy to get outside and into the zone. Now racing onto it here is Mooney. Mooney being chased. Good work working back by Kelsey Lane. Cuts to the left foot, now back to the right. No help there. Now double teamed. Wouldn't be a bad idea to try to force a kick or force a throw in, but loses control of the ball and it's taken over by Princeton Day. And I got to say, that's probably the first real attempt at sustained pressure by Blair Academy in this game. Trying to chase onto it here is Mayercourt. Keeps it alive with some numbers. Angle the head now for Simon Ponte. Simon Ponte goes to the left foot. Here comes a cross out in front. Goaltender comes out. It's shielded back up top, but the pass is just a little bit away from Madison McCaw. Does have control. On back now for Lane. Down for Coyne. Here's side for Mayercourt. Mayercourt gets the return pass on the give and go from Schmuckler. Gets it right back after the defensive attempt. Again, looking at the possession. That's all that Princeton Days seem to do. Shot from the outside, well wide by Madison Coyne. That's the first time we've seen that in this game, as a shot really go errant by Princeton Day. Again, they make sure they have a decent shot on goal before they take it. 9th shot of the game for Princeton Day. Only 3 shots for Blair. None in this second half. They have been pinned in their own zone just about the entire game. Almost halfway through this second half of play. And That's going to go up and out of play. It'll be Princeton Day ball. A court up ahead. On back for Jones. Looking for Smuckler, but deflected out of play by Blair. So here's Atkinson looking for the long throw-in. Direction that is Jones. Jones to throw inside the top of the box. Trying to shield it there. And it will do so was Simon Ponte. Now the counter from Blair Academy. Cleared up ahead, too far for Emily Mooney. So Princeton Day will have it in their own zone. Set up here by Barbara. She'll just clear it. Off the hip of Pasternak, right back into the penalty box area. Not much of a rush here from Blair Academy. And it's controlled by Barbara. And she will wait and then pick it up after a little bit of pressure from Emily Newford. Halfway through the second half, 1-0 lead for Princeton Day. Lone goal of the game came in the first half. Rebecca Kuzmitz on the corner. What makes this game interesting is even though Blair hasn't had much of the way of pressure, they're trying to move things forward and have been a little bit more successful. But just one opportunity for Blair is all it's going to take to get back in this game. You're Princeton Day. You want to get a nice cushion here if you can. But credit the Blair defense for bending and not breaking. Mayercord with the throw. McCaw with it. And she'll drop it on back here for Coyne. Going forward, that is going to connect here with Simon Ponte. Ponte trying to cut to the inside, but off the knee of Mackie Williard. Good defensive work from the sophomore. But it will be a throw. And we'll see that long throw once again from Ariana Jones. Jones just a freshman. Already found a nice role on this team, though. Long throw in towards the box. It's loose. And cleared up top. Trying to knock it down there was Atkinson, but I believe it went off her hand. Yep, they're going to call a handball on that one. It'll be a free kick for Blair Academy. And we had a large fan base here in the first half from Princeton Day School, but there's so much going on here. I think they have other soccer games. They have other field hockey games all over the place here at Princeton Day School today. Very busy day. So the fan base split between like 5 different venues. I'll see if the Princeton Day School faithful that have stuck around in this game, see if they can get some cheering going. So McCaw gets it across. Shot comes in, and it's loose in front. They score! It's squeezed right through Walsh and onto the foot of Damali Simon Ponte. She picks up her 7th goal of the season. And with 18-12 left to go here in the second half, it's 2-0 in favor of Princeton Day School. It looked like Walsh was about to make the initial save, but it just squeezed past her. So Simon Ponte with the big goal. The cushion is there now. And now for the next 18 or so minutes, Princeton Day, all they need to do is do what they've been doing. Just keep Blair to the outside. But easier said than done as here's Newford trying to move through. But she's cut off right away. Great defensive work by Madison Coyne. We've said that all game long. Now from McCaw. McCaw being pressured here by Veronica Blair. Still able to get it across now for Kelsey Lean. Looking for more here is Madison Coyne right up the middle. Trying to chase onto it now is Ariana Jones. Shot comes in. That's good. Didn't get all of it. And able to come out with it is the netminder Walsh. She picks up her 4th save of the game, first of the half. See if Blair can really move things up. You know, it seems like they're more willing to move numbers forward, and they're going to have to. Again, only 17 or so minutes left. They're going to start taking some chances here late in this game. But Princeton Day has been equal to the task so far. Nice angle pass now from Mayor Court. Up ahead, too strong for Simon Ponte. And the goaltender will come out and pick up. Cleared up by the netminder, Walsh. And now it connects to Newfer. And just basically dump and chase, not your normal soccer strategy, but that's all that Blair Academy's really been relegated to, is trying to get it in deep and chase onto it, but Princeton Day ready for it just about every single time. So here's Madison Coyne, wide up the middle here for Simon Ponte. Return for Simon Ponte. She tries to chase onto it, tripped up on the play, and it'll be a free kick just outside the penalty box. This is a really nice opportunity for the Panthers to add to their 2-0 lead. Here to take the kick is Madison Coyne. Plenty of numbers inside the 18-yard box. Only a 2-man wall. Goaltender Fiona Walsh is barking orders to that 2-man wall. So here comes the cross to the far side post area, but it's going to be cleared away off ahead. And now Pasternak pops it up in the air, and we headed forward away by Madison Coyne. Trying to control is Blair. And it's going to be dumped out of play. A little bit of a panic move, it seems. Gene Kim, I believe, just wanted to get rid of it. Quick substitution by Princeton Day. Madison McCaw coming off. And Sue coming on for Princeton Day. And a couple of substitutions for Blair Academy as well. Long throw once again. Inside the near side of the box, off a chest out in front of the net. Smuckler trying to get some control, triple team. And it goes off a hip and taken now by Nancy DeFore. Dumps it on back. Now for Pasternak. Kim up the far side, and now Blair trying to turn on some numbers. Get something rolling here. Chopped up ahead down to DeFore, but a good clear out. Blair still controls, shot from the outside, and that's a save by the netminder, Grace Barber, her first save of the game. First shot of the second half by the Blair Academy. But again, a little bit of pressure though. Solid shot on net, a little far outside. Maybe hoping to catch Grace Barber napping. And she has not had a whole lot in the way of play in this game, but solid on that save. Taken here by Madison Coyne. Up the middle, that'll be intercepted by Blair. They can see if they can counter punch. So here comes Grisibel. Up the middle looking for Dufour, trying to split the defense and comes in on net. And scooped up by Barber. Yeah, no reason to rush here if you're Princeton Day School. It is going to be corralled by Grisibel. And Blair trying to get some possession as Elizabeth McGinnis throws it up ahead. Knocked down by Dufour. Angled up ahead, intended for Veronica Blair, but she wasn't really on the full run. It's an easy takeaway. And up ahead now for Mayor Court. Goes off the leg of Jones and out of play. She's not happy with that one. Thrown in once again by Blair Academy. Down to 12 minutes or so left to go. Two 2-0 lead for Princeton Day School. Rebecca Kuzmits in the first half to Molly Simon Ponte in the second. Again, no reason for a rush here. We'll see Pari. Throw never win inbounds. So it will be Blair ball. Pasternak. Nice cutoff there from Jones with the head. Takes it right back. Jones had Smuckler up ahead, said angles forward on the far side. Could be a break-in. Trying to move through is Asbury. Shot comes in and it's knocked down by Walsh, and she'll cover. Fifth shot of the half by Princeton Day, 12 in the game. 5 saves for the netminder, Fiona Walsh. Down to 11:30 left to go. Here in the second half. Again, this game has been all Princeton Day. But I'd say in the last 5 minutes or so, Princeton, Blair Academy starting to warm to the task a little bit, get a little bit of pressure forward. And again, they're going to need a lot more than just pressure to get back in this game. They've got to get some shots on goal, shots near goal. Just some attempts. See if they can start testing the netminder, Grace Barbara. Again, a lot of substitutions. Try to keep everybody fresh out there. Warm day here in central New Jersey. Start of the game, we were in the high 60s. We're probably in the low 70s now. Finally starting to get some seasonable weather here. Right now we're at 71 degrees, our unofficial temperature. Thank you, Matt Nelson. 10:30 left to go here in the second. An opportunity here, Damali Simon Ponte. Cuts to the inside, has to chase onto it, tips it inside the box. There's an opportunity. Oh, knocked away, still loose. Turnaround shot, blocked, still loose in the box. And then cleared to the near side and out of play. Good pressure once again by Princeton Day. And they want to put this game away right here as we're now down to the last 10 minutes. A 2-0 lead. Two nothing lead for Princeton Day School, and then another long throw expected here from Ariana Jones. Long throw inside the box, headed away. And now Blair's chance to counterpunch. Long pass up ahead. Bounces around, but intercepted once again, and once again it's Madison Coyne. Very good defensive nose for the ball. Turn here to Parry. Now from McCaw. We'll throw it across to the far side. Simons with a nice couple of moves. Tries to pass it up ahead, but it's deflected away, and here comes the Blair Academy. So here's Pasternak. Knocked away as Parry will move forward. Knocked down by Lane. Correction. That was Brooks Smuckler. Taken back by Coyne once again. Again, all possession here for the Panthers. Again, no reason to rush going forward. That'll go out of play, and another substitution doing here for the Panthers. Tulsi Parry ready to throw it in. Long throw ahead now for Smuckler. Off of her and out of play, so it'll be a Blair throw in this time. Caroline Toll. Looks like she'll be ready to take it. Oh. Actually, now it'll be Pasternak to take it. Long throw by her. Off the head of Mooney. Taken back by Princeton Day, and at least move forward for another throw for Blair. Now they're saying it's off of Blair, so it'll be a throw in for Princeton Day School. Parry once again will throw in. Didn't have enough mustard on it, but now it gets it right back off her knee. Now up ahead now for Simon Ponte. Ponte. Now for Smuckler. Out of bounds it goes, and there'll be a throw in for Blair. Quick restart. But knocked out of bounds by Katie Peacock. A little unforced error there. And Parry will throw once again. But she'll be actually substituted for. And coming in is Alexis Davis. I mean, this is the first time we've seen Davis in this one, the senior, wearing number 21. So she'll get the opportunity for the throw. Dropped off now for Simon Ponte. And again, they're looking very good as far as possession's concerned. Set up for the shot, though, and that's going to go high and wide. Allison Clyde tried the left-hand one-timer. Well, that footed one-timer, that is. 6:30 left to go here in the second half. Still 2-0 lead for Princeton Day School. And just not allowing anything by Blair Academy except for the occasional breakout. And a foul call. Getting thrown down there was Maggie Williard. So Blair Academy with the free kick. Blair Academy here, got to start throwing some numbers forward even more desperately than earlier. Just hope they can get a bounce here, get some pressure. But here comes the counter from Princeton Day. Up now for Brooke Smucker, trying to get to the outside, but cut off by Jean Kim, who immediately clears it over the touchline. It'll be a throw-in, though, for the Panthers. Just outside the box, Smuckler trying to break through. It goes out of play, and it will go for a corner. 10th corner of the game for the Princeton Day School, rather. None for Blair Academy. And the cross attempt here will be made by Simon Ponte. They've only gone short once. Here's another nice cross into the box. Head up and all the way through. Was jumping up was Allison Clyde, but couldn't quite get her head onto it. Here's Coyne just outside the penalty box. Double teamed, come to the outside. Good battle here is going down on the play. Ooh, a late tackle there. Caroline Toll went down. And after that, Katie Peacock was able to knock down Jones. Headed up ahead. We're down to 5 minutes left to go. Up ahead looking for Smuckler. Kicked away by Williard and it cleared over the center line and out of play. Alexis Davis will throw once again. Conservative and smart. Nice pass back to Coyne. And now for Kuzmits, the goal scorer. Well, the first goal scorer for Princeton Day. Again, it's 2-0. We're down to the 4-minute mark. Cut off there by Ann Sue, and she'll start a rush here for the Princeton Day Panthers. Nice pass ahead for Smuckler. Couldn't quite chase onto it. Deflected away by Toll to the far side. Goaltender out of her cage. Picked up here by Hogshire. Now passed on back for Sue. Comes across to the near side. And it's taken over by Simon Ponte. And Princeton Day keeping up the pressure. Nice little nutmeg move by McCaw. Now to the far side, Simons. Here's the cross. Now for Sue, knocked away from her. And it's taken by Pasternak up the middle. Here's Blair Academy can push things forward. Taken by Mooney, but she spun right into the defense of Madison McCaw. McCaw trying to dance through 3, can't do it. And now Mooney goes the other way. Tried the return pass to her. It's up in the air and taken over now by Pasternak. Pasternak right up the middle with plenty of space. Cuts to the left, now to the right, back to the left. Tapped up ahead, but knocked away by the defensive Davis. And out of play it goes, but good work by Davis to stay with that one. Throw in for Toll. We'll drop it for Pasternak. Down to 2:45 left to go. Up ahead it comes. Trying to move through. Slowed down was Clyde, but still has control of the ball. Now trying to angle her way forward was Hogshire. She'll go wide. Hogshire being looked at by both. And she'll just throw it on back here. Just keep the possession up again. 2-0 lead for Princeton Day School. But now some pressure as we have a injured player down, but now getting right back up. Moving in on the far side. Dancing to the inside. 1-on-3. 1-on-4. Tried to move through. Knocked down. Couldn't get a shot off, and it's covered up by the hitminder Barbara. And there was a player down for Princeton Day. Then once she realized the play was coming back towards her,
I know. It's in my
Once she
car.
saw that there was play coming, she had some trouble.
Oh, I just know.
And got right back up. By the way, the goaltender back behind play is a little slow to get up. And that went off a hand, and it's going to be a free kick for Blair Academy. And they are running out of time very quickly as we're down to 1:35 left to go. And Blair Academy needs 2 to get back in this game. Maggie Williard. As Williard is able to clear it up ahead. Off the leg of Pasternak, lost control. Smuckler tried to power through, still trying to push through, and has control of the ball. Smuckler reverses to the near side and wide open to Simon Ponte. Simon Ponte to the left foot. Simon Ponte comes across. Simon Ponte trying to go back to the right foot and lost control. She was so desperate to get to the right foot. Left foot shot there would have been good enough. Instead, here comes, well, right back the other way as Princeton Days. We're down under a minute. Here's Allison Klein. Up towards the corner. Smuckler. Poked away by the toe of Toll, and it will go for a corner. The 11th corner of the game for Princeton Day School. Once again, taking it will be Damali Simon Ponte.
Well, I know my good friend's daughter.
Out in front, bouncing around, kicked away.
My sister-in-law.
As it comes to the top box, another shot comes in. That's going to be saved by Walsh.
He went with,
Quick restart for Blair. Only 10 seconds to go, but
they put a lot of
knocked away again by Damali Simon Ponte. Kicked up ahead. 5 seconds left. Now down to 3, 2, 1, and that will do it. Final score of this one, Princeton Day School 2, Blair Academy nothing. Your goal scorers in this one. In the first half, it was off a corner. Rebecca Kuzmitz was able to hip it home after the cross from Damali Simon Ponte. Damali Simon Ponte got the goal in the second half to finish off the game. Again, final score 2-0 in favor of Princeton Day School. I want to thank everyone for joining us today for the first half of our doubleheader, but make sure you stick around for the second half coming up in just a few minutes. It'll be the boys' version. Princeton Day School against the Blair Academy. Again, that is coming up next, but right now we will take a break. We'll come back right before that game with a quick pregame show. So you continue to watch the Strive Network. Coming to you live from Baker Field on the campus of Princeton Day School in Princeton, New Jersey, the Strive Network is proud to present a New Jersey prep school doubleheader between the Princeton Day School Panthers and the Blair Academy Buccaneers. This is game 2 of our doubleheader, and the boys will go after it here this afternoon. Well, hi again, everybody. Tom Williams here. Thanks so much for joining us as Princeton Day comes in at 3-2-1 on the year. Last game for them was a 3-1 loss to the Petty School. Donovan Davis scored the lone goal for the Panthers. Ryan Sparks made 5 saves. Blair Academy, they are coming off a 2-0 loss to Pennington. They are 2-1 on the young season. All-time series, 4-2 in favor of Princeton Day. That dates back to 2007. Last year was a 1-0 Blair victory. Very good matchup anticipated here. Very tight. When these two teams play, it is usually relatively low scoring, so that would not surprise anybody if that were to continue. As we take a look at our players to watch in this one, Ricardo Martinez for Princeton Day School, and take a look at Jacob Sudel for the Blair Academy. Again, those are basically the two hotshots on each team. As again, looking at Ricardo Martinez for Princeton Day School. Martinez with 4 goals and 2 assists, and he is just a sophomore. While Jacob Sudal, 2 goals on the year, and he is a senior out of Garfield, New Jersey. Really quick, we'll take a look at the coaches' spotlight. As coaching for the Princeton Day School will be Ollie Hilliker. He's in his first season out of the United Kingdom, previous coach at New Hope Salisbury. He's also the assistant director of coaching at the Princeton Soccer Association. He led New Hope Salisbury to a state title and 4 district titles. Has semi-pro playing experience in Liverpool and holds a UEFA B coaching license. And I had a chance to talk to him a little bit earlier on, and he's pretty excited about this one. And again, he knows how tight this matchup is, and it has the potential to be. So definitely he is looking forward to a great matchup here. And so are we, actually. It's going to be a beautiful day. We're in the low 70s, about 72 degrees. Mostly sunny skies. We've just covered the girls game between these two schools, and again, a beautiful day so far. We're looking to continue. The only issue we may have is a little bit of sun glare, and hopefully that won't be too bad, as right now it looks pretty good from at least looking at our cameras. Here in the press box, well, maybe not as much, but you know what? It's all about the viewing experience for you folks out at home. Taking a look at the starting lineups. First for the Blair Academy, they're running a 4-3-3. Joseph Rocky will be in goal. He is a junior out of Manalapan, New Jersey. Karem Ayan, he is going to be playing as well as Pierce O'Malley, Adam Sowie, Stephen Frick, Owen Patterson, Noah Hellick, Adam Derricks, John Corio, Nick Furciato, and Thomas Robertson. For Princeton Day School, they will be running a 4-1-4-1 formation. In goal will be Ryan Sparks, the senior, 22 saves on the year. Ricardo Martinez, Wesley Leggett, Donovan Davis, Kobe Auslander, Zachary Dudek, David Cedeno, CJ Uche, Diego Garcia, Ryan Sparks, of course, the goaltender, Jack Amaral, and Cody Gibson. That is your starting lineup for this one. And just about ready to get this one started. It is Princeton Day School. They are in the white going left to right on the screen. Blair is in the blue going right to left. Waiting for the initial whistle to get this game started. As the officials, I believe, are in position, just waiting for the right time. And here we go as we are underway. Again, Blair Academy in the blue. The crazies here at Princeton Day School have returned from the first half of the girls' game. And you can hear them enjoying themselves big time here. It will be Blair Academy ball to start things off after a bit of a throw-in. And just underway from Princeton Day School, Tom Williams here. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. And that's actually going to be a free kick. Not sure what the infraction was, didn't quite see it. With a long clear up ahead, and that's knocked away off the hip of Leggett. Headed across by Martinez. And PDS will try to get something going. Here's Martinez once again, trying to dance his way through. Away from O'Malley, can't do it. And that's going to be cleared away. Taken over here by Karam Ayan. Kicked up ahead, but knocked away by Hellick. Now on the near side, here's Ricardo Martinez. He's shouldered off, and it's kicked out of bounds. Good defensive work by Noah Hellick, the senior from Blairstown, New Jersey. Here's Kobe Gibson, the senior. Long throw up ahead, looking for Martinez over his head, and headed out of bounds by Adam Derricks. Gibson once again, and he'll let it go, and coming across the throw, looks like it'll be Jack Amaral, the senior. Long throw expected here as he's got a good 20-yard run.
Where's your responsibility?
There's a long throw into the box, serves as a nice corner, comes out in front. It's going to be knocked down off the foot of Pierce O'Malley and on his own cage. So Joseph Rocky getting his first touch, the junior from Manalapan, New Jersey. Long clear out for Blair. See if Blair Academy can get something going, as here comes Frick. Knocked away from him, and here's Diego Garcia. He'll clear it to the near side. Kicked away by Patterson. Now Frick. Up for Robinson. Lost it to Amaral. Trying to split his way through as Martinez, can't do it. Back to the keeper and cleared away by Rocky. Possession will be the name of the game in this one. Frenetic start so far. Princeton Day controlling much of the play. CJ Uche. On the other side down for Kobe Gibson, able to keep it alive. Trying to move through with Diego Garcia. And it goes off of Garcia, stays in, now out. It'll be a throw in for Blair. Adam Derricks. There for Frick. Up now for Ian. Out of bounds, and it will be once again Blair Academy throw. Just about 5 minutes in, Derricks, the senior from Hackettstown, New Jersey, chested down by Patterson, back for Derricks. And back down for Help. Derricks. Here's John Corio. Trying to shoulder barge was Wesley Leggett, and it worked. Tries to kick it up ahead. Pass was a little bit behind Martinez. Now here's Blair trying to do something about it. Trying to chip his way through is Robertson. And they may call him for the handball, and they do. So a free kick here for Blair Academy.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers!
This is going to be Owen Patterson. Long kick here. He's going to try to chip that into the box, I'm sure, and see if somebody can run onto it. And the long kick inside the box. Goaltender comes out, punches it away. Good job there by the netminder, Sparks. And then throwing it away now is Donovan Davis. Davis able to just muscle his way through Ian. That's taken over. And controlled there by Frick. Now for Diego Garcia. And now Jack Amaral chips it up ahead. Hops over ahead. Could be a break the other way, but good defensive work. And it's knocked away by O'Malley towards the corner. Race for the ball, and will go out of bounds, and it will be Princeton Day throw. David Cedeno is there. He's not going to throw, though. He's going to leave it aside. And coming over here is Jack Amaral. So he's going to go for a bit of a walk, just like he did on the near side a few minutes ago. Gets a good 20-yard running start before he'll throw it, unless he's going to go short with it. A little bit of a decoy there. Taken here by Uwe. Pass out in front, deflected, and it goes wide. Nice opportunity, and it is going to go for a corner. First corner of the game for either team. So taking the corner on the near side is Diego Garcia. Plenty of numbers forward for the Panthers. Short corner. Big throw down there. Good defensive work by Ian. Clear to the center line. That's taken now by Auslander. Auslander trying to chip it back into the zone. Jumping header by Owen Patterson. Trying to corral it is Preciado. Preciado over the top. Goaltender will come out. That is Ryan Sparks, and he'll clear it away. We saw that a lot in the girls' game, as Princeton Day's netminder was just as aggressive. 34 minutes left to go here in the first half of play. Still no score. Throw in here for Princeton Day. Cleared back out of play, and once again, Princeton Day will get the throw. Slowly moving their way up the far side. Garcia tries to spin it forward, but kicked away by Adam Sobey. Taken here by Jake Harris. Correction, that is Diego Garcia who chops it forward. Cleared back. And waiting for it to go out is Garcia. He'll take the throw, or we'll leave it aside. He'll leave it aside for Kobe Gibson. Gibson with a long throw up ahead. Headed away by Derricks, but inside the box it goes. It drops. Kicked across, trying to get it loose there. It was Leggett. Couldn't quite control. It's tipped over now for Gibson. Out of the far side for Cedeno. David Cedeno. Double teamed. Couldn't quite dance through. Was being harassed the whole way by Furciano, but still digging. And it'll be a foul against Princeton Day. And it'll be a free kick now for the Blair Academy. Crossed over here for Noah Helk. And then the return for Adam Sobey. Picked up by Donovan Davis. Can't quite control it. Tipped up now for Furciano. Good step up though by Amaral. And here's Frick. Returned up ahead off the back heel of Robinson. A little bit of push there by Donovan Davis. Correction, that was Owen Patterson. And that will go out of play. I don't think they're going to call a foul. And we have our first card. A little bit of a delay. Owen Patterson with the yellow. So it'll be a free kick here for Princeton Day. And again, he will go into the book. Clock is stopped at 32:11. Not sure why they've stopped it. Now they'll run it again. Again, official clock is kept on the field. As it's loose inside the box, coming out and making the stop there is the netminder, Joseph Rocky. Very patient, waiting for that one to drop the right place. Sobey couldn't control. Out of bounds right away by Will Kim. We have our first substitutions. And a lot of battling on the far side. Throw in, goes right back out. Again, neither team really giving up much room. They'll spin out in front. Shot comes in, score! Ricardo Martinez able to knock it home for his 5th goal of the season. And just 9 minutes in, Princeton Day on their first shot of the game takes a 1-0 lead. So the sophomore, after a really nice pass, able to take advantage. And again, it is a 1-0 Princeton Day lead. Out of bounds, unable to keep it in was Derricks. Princeton Day controls once again. Uche, a nice move. Chops it over the middle. Headed towards the cage. Diving save by Rocky. David Cedeno. Johnny on the spot there. Really nice chip into the zone, or into the box rather. And got just of his head on to really deflect him. And a great save by Rocky. Keeps it a 1-0 deficit for Blair. So here comes Frick. Can't quite get it over for Ryan. Now back to Frick. Up over the middle. Goaltender coming out though. And once again, Ryan Sparks very aggressive. We talked about this during the girls' broadcast. Maybe Blair Academy would be willing to try to chip it over his head, considering how far out he is. Again, once you hit that center line, that might be something you think about. As it looked like it is going to be offside called on Blair Academy, as Karam Ian was too strong. First offsides called of the game. Jack Amaral will take the throw. Actually, no, it's going to be a kick actually because of the offside. Bouncing over here for Owen Patterson. Back down for Derricks. Up the near side, here's Thomas Robinson to try to keep it alive. Robinson cuts back to his right. Clever back heel for Ian. Ian tries to cross to the far side post. Shot comes in. Oh, knocked off the line. Still bouncing around. And the Princeton Day School able to survive that rush. It'll go off the backside of Thomas Robinson. And it'll be a PDS throw. Off the body of a jumping Karam Ian. Gibson with the throw once again. 29:03 left. Headed over now by Martinez. Martinez, the goal scorer in this one. And that's going to go out of bounds. Up the far side, but unable to control now is Thomas Robinson, so it goes out of play. And coming way out of his cage there was Ryan Sparks, way off his line. Comes up to help out, wants to stay involved in the game as this goes off the chest of Cedeno. Battling with Stephen Frick, spins away from him, able to beat him. Up now for Martinez. Trying to move through, shouldered off. And let's see, is this going to be a spot foul? Doesn't look like it's going to be. They're going to call a goal kick. Oh, did they give it to him? They did give him the spot foul. So a big opportunity here for Princeton Day School with the penalty kick. David Cedeno will take it. With the left foot, off the post, and he scores! David Cedeno, fourth goal of the season. And now at the 13-minute mark, it is now 2-0 in favor of Princeton Day. We thought this was going to be a low-scoring affair, very tightly played, but Princeton Day has done a very good job of taking advantage of what's been given to them. So Cedeno being serenaded, a 2-0 lead for the Panthers. Here's Owen Patterson trying to find a way to get something going for the Buccaneers. Goes off a leg, but good defensive work so far. And picked up nearby Gibson. Gibson tapped away from him. Coming over now is Ian. Well, it's taken over now by Donovan Davis. Davis thought about going up over the middle. Nice footwork there. And he'll chip it to the near side. That's going to be cleared out of play by Derricks. As that was away from Ricardo Martinez. Don't want to let him loose again.
Blair's favorite candy is Raisinets.
So a long throw expected once again by Jack Amaral. Again, he gets a good 10 to 15 yard running start going from the grass to the turf. Long throw inside the box, headed high in the air. Top of the box it goes. And cleared to the near side. And off a body and out of play. It'll be a throw for Blair Academy. He's trying to clear out there. It was Karamaya. Bouncing ball, trying to corral it is Patterson. He'll go on back now for help. Forced out of bounds off the body of Martinez. Long throw up ahead. Trying to get body position there was Robinson. Lost body position, but looks like a foul called. That foul is going to be called, and it'll be a free kick for Blair Academy. 27-10 on the big scoreboard. 2-0 lead for Princeton Day School. Slammed up ahead by Helk. Helped along by Shapiro. Inside the box, deflected, and it goes wide, and that will go for a corner. First corner by Blair Academy today. And coming over to take it will be Karamayan. 1 goal, 1 assist on the year for him. The sophomore out of Hackettstown, New Jersey. Looking for the left foot curl. Inside the box it goes. Knocked down by the netminder, still battling, still loose. Turnaround shot, blocked. Another try, blocked. Third try is blocked again. They're looking for the handball call, not to come. Comes in towards the cage, outside of the post, and then finally diving on top of it is the netminder Sparks. 3 big opportunities there, but all blocked. So Princeton Day survives the scare, still leads it 2-0, and a foul here against Princeton Day, and they're trying the quick restart. Now it's Derricks. Derricks, nice move to get through. Derricks now double teamed, knocked down the play, and another foul called as Diego Garcia pushes him down. A little healthy snarl coming into this game as Wesley Leggett, when Patterson kind of got locked up. Here is Adam Derricks, the long kick. It goes off the back of Leggett, comes in on cage, and it's going to be saved there by the netminder Sparks. Thought that was within 10 yards, but the referee decided not to blow play dead. Still turned into a decent opportunity for the Blair School, for Blair Academy, excuse me.
Blair is scared of the circus.
25 minutes left on the clock as Princeton Day will get the throw. Zachary Dudek, the senior. Up now for Davis. Davis trying to get it for Auslander. To the outside he goes, but knocked away, then followed up. Tip towards the corner now for Dudek. Cedeno to the outside, chips it out in front. It's going to be knocked down and held onto by Rocky. Thought about the quick restart. Slowed things down. Headed away by Davis. Taken over by Blair. Good passing work, but too many passes needed. And good defensive work there by Princeton Day. Here's Derricks. Up the near side for Ian. Waits for the ball. Ian tries the angle pass. It's knocked away. Followed up by Derricks. Knocked down by Patterson. Chips it up into the box, and coming way out of it is the netminder Sparks. And he will hold on to it. 24 minutes left to go in the first half of play. 2-0 in favor of Princeton Day School. Ricardo Martinez in the 9th minute. David Cedeno penalty kick in the 13th. Right now we are playing in the 19th minute. Kicked up ahead here by Kareem Ian. Good defensive work coming across is Kobe Auslander. Auslander trying to catch it up ahead, but it goes off the shin of Derricks. Sliding play by Patterson. And then they get tangled up with Cody Auslander. Nothing called there. And some physical play happening. He's trying to chip it over with Zion, but couldn't keep it in. And it's grabbed now for the throw by Gibson. Gibson up ahead. Trying to chase onto it is Martinez. Tripped up on the play. Nothing called. He's saying he got all ball. Nope, there is the penalty. Or there's the foul, rather. Taken now by Davis. Onto the quick restart. Davis angles it across, looking for Cedeno. Knocked away from him. Coming to help out is Leggett. He gets knocked down on the play. Taken over by Patterson. Patterson right up the middle. Helped along with good back work by Dudek. Couldn't quite control it, though. But it comes all the way back now for Pierce O'Malley. O'Malley across with the elevated pass. Bouncing ball. Who will grab it? It'll be Diego Garcia. Up now for Ricardo Martinez. Shoulder to shoulder with help. Cuts on back. Tips it over now for Garcia. Garcia looking for somebody in the box. Instead, he'll take the outside shot, and it goes well high and wide. Second shot of the game by Princeton Day School, as opposed to the 3 that Blair has. Blair had all 3 of their shots in one sequence. Still waiting for our first save of the game. All 3 of those shots by Blair blocked. The 2 shots by Princeton Day School both went wide. Now trying to break his way in is Ian. Ian to the outside, has numbers, tries to cross out in front. Shot comes in. They score! Beautiful pass out in front. Tapping it home, Thomas Robinson, his first goal of the season. And in the 21st minute, Blair Academy is on the board. It's now 2-1 Princeton Day. That was a great setup. Perfectly bounced out in front. That forced the goaltender Sparks to come on back. And he was not in the best of his positions, did all he could. But it's a 2-1 game, and now Blair Academy is coming in once again. Tipped towards the corner by Robinson, but now coming out is Sparks, and he'll swallow it up. And he'll restart things quickly. Passed over now for Davis. And the glare starting to become a little bit of an issue. Hopefully the camera work, or the camera isn't picking up too much of the glare. A little J.J. Abrams style lens flaring. But we'll do our best to keep that as clean as possible. It's taken here by Cedeno. Dropped off now for Auslander. Correction, that was Uche. Here's Davis inside the box. Cedeno couldn't pick it up cleanly as he tried the body off. Comes on back down for Gibson. Gibson angles over, but it's intercepted by Corio. And Corio to the near side for Ian. Ian crosses it. And trying to chase onto it here is Stephen Frick. Too strong for him. Shoulder to shoulder with Dudek. And it'll go out of bounds, and it will be Princeton Day ball. 2-1 game. So we're in the 23rd minute. Again, it is a 40-minute running clock. Looks like we're going to go longer than 40 as they've stopped the clock a number of times. They do it for goals and for other stalling, whether it be injuries or what have you. It's taken over here by Princeton Day. Pass too strong for Uche. And now it's grabbed by Corio. And he'll go all the way across for Will Kim. Kim, the junior out of Fort Lee, New Jersey, lost it inside the box, but caught it a pop fly there by the netminder Ryan Sparks. 19:40 left to go here in the first half of play. 2-1 lead for Princeton Day School. So at one point, they looked like they were going to run away with this one, but a nice counter punch by Blair Academy has them right back in it. And Princeton Day trying to get something rolling on the far side. Donovan Davis. Back for Davis. Tips it up to the near side. Chested down there. Tapped across by Martinez. Returned to the near side. Pass out in front. Knocked down. Shot comes in. That goes off the side of the foot of Martinez and wide. So that does not trouble the netminder at all. 19 minutes left to go first half. 2-1 lead for the Princeton Day Panthers. We come to you from Baker Field on the campus of Princeton Day School. Beautiful day for no matter what you're doing. Good soccer weather. Not too warm. As taken over here by Jake Harris, the sophomore, fresh into the game. Now Donovan Davis on the far side. Dances through one, tries to spin away from another, but good poke away by Will Kim. Still battling on the far side. This is Thomas Robinson. Robinson, he's got the lone goal for the Blair Academy. That was back in the 21st minute. We're in the 24th, going to the 25th. Actually, 26th minute to be exact. Unable to keep it alive there was Kobe Gibson. And it'll be a throw-in for the Blair Academy and Adam Derricks. Derricks bounces it ahead now for Corio. Derricks comes over to help out. Good work, though, by Princeton Day. Tipped up ahead by Uche. Now up to the near side. It's going to be tapped away, though, by Help. Taken right back. Uche. Back down for Davis. Davis going to try the far side. Cedeno goes for the run. Nice job to get it to him, but then knocked away at the last second by Pierce O'Malley. And that looks like it will go for a long throw. See what side of the flag it went out on. Yeah, it definitely looks like a long throw coming from Jack Amaral. He's been doing this all game long. And he winds up, and here comes that long throw. Inside the box, headed away by jumping Pierce O'Malley. But it comes on back and controlled by Uche. Uche tripped up, still able to get it across for Cedeno. Tipped into the box. A little bit of a shoulder barge. It drops. Shot comes in. That goes wide. Jake Harris able to step into one, but could not find the goal. Down to 16:50 left to go in the first. 2-1 lead for Princeton Day. Bounces up ahead. Picked up now by Auslander. And return to the near side where it's grabbed by Uche. CJ Uche. Fakes outside, goes inside. Clever footwork there. Comes now for Davis. Davis trying the return over the top, but it's headed away by Hell. And then driven to the center line by O'Malley. Coming across to cut things off as Auslander goes out of play, and it's going to be a Blair throw. Oh, it's going to be Princeton Day. They're saying it went off of Rio Hito Shapiro. Trying to sneak the throw forward there was Gibson, but the referee tells him to come back. Off the back there of Harris trying to will it forward. Goes out of bounds and thrown in by Derricks. Trapped by Hito Shapiro. Back for Derricks. Trying to return it. Deflected up and out of play. Slowly moving up here is Blair Academy with a number of throw-ins. Clever move by Ian. Trying to maintain control is Derricks. And good job keeping possessions. He gets it back down for O'Malley. Tries the far side for Kim. Kim comes up the middle. Now for Corio. He's harassed, knocked away from him. But it goes off the head of Martinez. And a foul will be called on the Blair Academy. Down to 15 minutes left to go in the first half. 2-1 lead for the Princeton Day School. Pass up the middle, that's going to be intercepted by Helk. Helk will try the pass himself. That's intercepted by Auslander. Now this is Uche. Uche across to the near side. Knocked down by Harris. Harris returns it for Gibson. Gibson trying to get back from Martinez. Past him. Harris can't control. Now goes to Martinez again. Tipped away from him by Patterson. It goes up in the air and headed along by Robinson. Taken here by Harris once again. Finds some space. Up ahead now looking for Miller. Couldn't get it to him. Correction, that was Wesley Leggett. Goes over the top. And waiting for it is Sparks. And he will cover things up. 14:05 left to go here in the first half of play. Long punt out by Sparks. Headed further by Davis. Tipped up ahead by Uche. Good job by Kim to knock it away. And he will control it. Well, back towards the keeper, and on rushing there was Martinez. That was awfully close. Goaltender did all he could to just clear it out, Joseph Rocky. So it should be a throw-in for Princeton Day, and I think we'll have a substitution or two. Oh, they're going to have the throw come in by Blair Academy. 31st minute begins. It's going to be taken over and lifted forward by Uche. Could not get it past O'Malley. Second try, O'Malley gets back again and he clears it to the woods. So Princeton Day slowly moving things forward on the far side, and it's controlled by Princeton Day once again. Cedeno chips it into the box. It's still loose. Shot comes in and scores! It didn't look like he got all of it, but able to tip it home was Justin Harrop. His first goal of the season. And with 12:45 left to go here in the first half, it's now 3-1 Princeton Day. Goal scored at the 32nd minute. So a good job by Princeton Day. Even though they gave up the last goal, they didn't panic. They were still up by 1. They took their time and had some really good possession. And a goal there by Harrop, the junior defender, who snuck in on the play. So 3-1 lead for Princeton Day School, down to 12 minutes and 18 seconds left to go here in the first half of play. Sparks way out of his crease. And he will clear it all the way up ahead, and it'll go out of bounds, shielded by Noah Helk. Bounced over here for Derricks. Derricks trying to get away. Kick forward now by Gibson. Headed over now by Patterson. And now for Hito Shapiro. He's cut off by Uchek. To the far side. Lifted up ahead. Martinez trying to chase onto it. If he gets there first, he's going to tip it on goal, and he scores! Able to beat the netminder to the ball. Ricardo Martinez, second goal of the game, 6th of the season. 11:35 left to go in the first half. It's now 4-1 Princeton Day School. 2 goals in just about a minute and a half. And breaking things open here, the Panthers from the Princeton Day School. The brilliant pass across, and really taking a chance with Joseph Rocky, and he's still standing there hands on hips, wondering if he should have come out at all. But he gambled and lost, but now it's just chopped over the top, but now it's taken by Sparks, again coming way out of his goaltender area. That's going to be lifted across now. Justin Harrop, one of the goal scorers. He got the 3rd goal in this game. Cedeno goes down, but while down, tips it forward. Corio with it. But Princeton Day School trying to move the other way. Across the near side. That's going to be intercepted by Derricks, but he is cut off by Harrop. And Harrop will be called for the foul. See how Blair Academy can respond here. Here is Ian trying to get himself around a couple. Almost got tripped up, slowed down, still controlling. And now tipped towards the corner, but a little bit too strong for Robinson. That's going to go for a goal kick. Liked what he's thinking there, but they just weren't on the same page. So we're down under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. High scoring affair, 4-1 lead for Princeton Day School. 2 goals by Ricardo Martinez, 1 each for Justin Harrop and David Cedeno. Big pile up on the far side, and let's see who they give the advantage to. Yeah, it looks like it'll be Princeton Day School ball.
Hey, Blair! You guys are weird!
Well, Princeton Day certainly taking their time. Long free kick up the far side, headed away by O'Malley. Shielded for Frick, and lifted ahead now for Hito Shapiro. Taken back by Frick. Lofts it up ahead, trying to chase onto it is Robinson. But he's being harassed the whole way, and both players go down. It's going to be against Blair Academy. Robinson thought it was, thought he was the one knocked down, but the referee decided Jack Amaral was actually knocked down by Frick. Down to 8:48 left to go in the first half. Sparks going back and forth here with Davis. Davis unable to keep it alive though. See if Blair could put up a little bit of pressure here at the end of the first half, even pick up a goal. They pick up a goal here, certainly much easier to get back in the game in the second half. They don't do it. Again, 3 goals in a half, not easy to do, even though Princeton Day has picked up 4. But Princeton Day not needing anything else. They could just sit back and keep 9, even 10 guys behind the ball. Trying to dance his way through here is here to Shapiro. Pass up ahead is deflected away, and now Cedeno has it. Cedeno up ahead, trying to chase onto it is Martinez. But he is cut off by Helk, and Helk will clear it out of play. 7:50 left to go in the first half. David Cedeno, he picked up a goal in the 13th minute on a penalty kick. And he's not going to take it. Looks like it'll be Kobe Auslander. We have the number right. Up ahead, a little bit of a push, but still clears out. Up the far side, and here comes Blair the other way with numbers. Little 4v3. Nice move to the outside, but Frick unable to keep control of it. And it's deflected out of play, and it'll be a throw. This is what Blair needs at the end of this first half. Put on some pressure, show that they can stay in this game. Corio with it. Double team, trying to spin away. Corio still digging. A little bit of a trip up, but nothing called. Cedeno trying to move out, but it's kept alive by O'Malley. Chips into the box. Knocked down. Turnaround try, and it's a stop there by the netminder Sparks. Karam Ian. Yeah, try that little turnaround, just couldn't get much on it. Down to 6 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in the first half. Cleared away by the netminder Sparks. Cedeno tries to jump his way through. Nice little kick move for Cedeno, but looks like they're going to call a foul. And it's going to be against Princeton Day School. Down to 6:10 left to go. Nice move there by Frick. Does a good job keeping it alive. He gets it now for Hito Shapiro. Hito Shapiro on back. Cross into the box. Sparks comes out, and he'll just swallow that one up. That was intended for Karamayan. Sparks does a very good job. Anything that's kind of a loft in, he'll go after it. And he's been very successful in doing so. Auslander with it. Up now for Gibson. Up the near side, Gibson. Headed by Patterson. Shouldered by Gibson. Gibson able to knock it down away from Ian. Facing onto it here is for Ciato. Up now and trying to move through his Ian, but he got knocked down and spun down. That was Stephen Frick, actually. And what do we have here? They're going to stop the clock at 5 minutes and, well, still going down, but it's 5:05 left to go. And a yellow card will be called, and it's going to be called on Jack Amaral. So Amaral, he draws the caution in the 40th minute. We still have 4:45 left to go. They were supposed to stop the clock, but they decided against it, apparently. And here's a nice opportunity for Blair Academy. Here's John Corio. Probably about 20 yards out. See if he takes it himself. Chips it in, and saved by Sparks. Tried to go far side post. Sparks ready for it. Down to 4:10 left to go. And that was a pretty brilliant opportunity there for Blair Academy. See if they can do it again. Here turning on the speed again is Frick. Frick with the cross. Corralled down. Shot comes in and squeezes wide. Nice stop by Sparks. As Thomas Robinson was that close to picking up his second of the game. Second corner of the game for Blair. And running out of time in this first half, it's now down to 3 minutes, 33 seconds left to go here in the first half of play. And a goal here for Blair Academy would be huge, would give them some hope. Karim Iron will take the corner. Into the box it goes. Sparks punches it away, but it's going to be kept alive by Frick. Frick crosses it with a low cross, but it's steered away by Kobe. And now it's taken over now by Uche. CJ Uche knocked out of bounds by Corio, and it will be a throw-in for PDS. Under 3 minutes to go first half.
All right, Wes.
Thrown up ahead, popped up off the head of Harris. Controlled by Held, and then over for O'Malley. O'Malley reverses it to the far side. Too strong for Mike Ayeta. And here's Jake Harris. Harris knocked away from him, but it's followed up. Long clear up ahead. Intended for Frick, I believe. Correction for Wesley Leggett. And a foul back behind the play, and it looks like it's going to be against Princeton Day School. Down to 2 minutes, 14 seconds left to go here in the first half of play. It's a 4-1 lead for Princeton Day Academy, or Princeton Day School. Either way, no matter what you call the school, they are taking care of business in this one. And a yellow card called. And it looks like it's going to be against Stephen Frick. Second card of the game for Blair. So Frick with the yellow. He's going to come off, at least for now, just to end up the first half of play. Down to 2:03 left to go here in the first half. Chipped into the box. Knocked down and then kicked away by O'Malley. Crossed to the near side. Unable to move forward, but chasing it down now is Iron, but he can't keep it in bounds. And a throw for Kobe Gibson. Gibson looking for options. Long throw up ahead. Helped along Harris. Cleared across. Chested down by O'Malley. And he'll pop it up to the near side. Trapped by Iron. And back now for Derricks. Derricks up ahead, but reaching on back now is Uche. Couldn't quite control. And grabbed now by Auslander, who will clear it out of bounds. 1:15 left to go in the first half. Derricks. Long throw up ahead. Gibson heads it out of play, and that's some good yardage being gained by Blair Academy, but right now being kept to the outside. 1 minute left to go. Hito Shapiro. Lost it there. Good work by Jake Harris to get in the way. Hito Shapiro gets it right back. Now for Iron. On back here for Derricks. Derricks trying to get it up into the box. Ayeta knocked down on the play as he's still got a piece of it. Up in the air. 50-50 ball as Corio got a piece. And kicks it up ahead. 38 seconds to go. Trying to chase onto it is Iron. Headed out of bounds. Iron is there. They need to get somewhere in the box here is Derricks. Being kept to the outside. Tapped away. Poked out of bounds by Harris. 25 seconds left to go in the half. And this is where Blair can't waste any time. Throwing up ahead now for Corio. Corio spins to his right foot. Knocked away from him. On back it goes. Now here's Leggett. Leggett turning on the speed. Could turn to a one-on-one. Leggett to the outside. Leggett has a step. Leggett with 5 seconds left. Tipped out of bounds by O'Malley. And that is going to be all for the first half of play. No time for the corner. So we are at halftime. Our score, Princeton Day School 4 and Blair Academy 1. We'll be back with the second half in just a few minutes. As we thank you so much for joining us for New Jersey Prep School Soccer here on the Strive Network. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from Princeton, New Jersey, Baker Field to be exact, on the campus of Princeton Day School. About to get started with the second half of play. Princeton Day leading Blair Academy by a score of 4-1. Tom Williams here. Thanks so much for joining us today as we complete our soccer doubleheader. The girls team for PDS coming away with a 2-0 lead, or 2-0 win back, 2-0 win actually. And here right now, in great control, is a Princeton Day School with a 4-1 lead. But Blair Academy has had their opportunities as we are underway here in the second half of play. Thomas Robinson, the lone goal scorer for Blair Academy, jumps on through and knocks it out of bounds just a few seconds in. Kicked up ahead and cleared over. Princeton across here is Furciato. And he'll go all the way back to his netminder, Rocky. Actually, it's a change in goal. Looks like that is Kurt Lenz, who's in goal for the Blair Academy. So a little bit of, Joseph Rocky giving up 4 goals. 1 on a penalty kick, but a change between the woodwork. Maybe a spark here for Blair Academy. Ryan Sparks stays in goal for Princeton Day School. And he has been very aggressive. Really no mistakes to speak of. Just one nice pass across him. That 1 goal was allowed. Princeton Day School turning up the pressure once again. Here's Uche. CJ Uche gets it on back. Jack Amaral. Dudek knocked away from him. Here's Amaral as he turns. Now for Uche. He'll slow things down for the Panthers. Donovan Davis tries the far side. Knocked away by Owen Patterson. Taking a look at stats in the first half of play. Shot attempts, 6-3 in favor of Princeton Day School. Blair actually had 2 corners to Princeton Day School's 1. And no saves actually were made. All shots either went in or they went wide. But now an opportunity with numbers for Princeton Day School. But good defensive work by Adam Sobey. Good possession work here by Princeton Day School. Trying to chase onto it. Here's Ricardo Martinez towards the corner. Martinez, good job keeping it alive. But he's shouldered off by Owen Patterson. Goes out of bounds, and Patterson, he wanted to throw, but it looks like it is going to be a throw-in for Princeton Day School. Or will it be a foul? It might be a foul. Let's take a look and see what they do. Yeah, it is going to be a throw. Not a whole lot of numbers forward for Princeton Day School. Again, up 4-1. They don't have to. There's Harrop, one of the goal scorers, trying to spin his way out in front. Was Martinez, goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a corner. Second corner of the game for Princeton Day School. First of the second half. And another goal here would really put this game away if it's not put away as it is. Angled corner, but good job stuffing that one out by Adam Sobey. Donovan Davis. Cross now Leggett. Headed it on, get on goal, but it's going to be an easy save for Lenz. But a shot opportunity nonetheless for the Blair Academy's Leggett. Dealing with a double team. They knocked down the play there. It was Leggett. And a foul against the Blair Academy. Diego Garcia. Give it aside. Jack Amaral. He wants 10 yards from Mike Ayeta. Ayeta's not giving it to him. Now, let's see if the referee paces it off. Inside the box. Good job by Lenz to stay with that and make the catch. Let's see if we can get the quick restart going, but nice work by Garcia to get in the way. That's going to be a push on Adam Sobey. Just outside the box, I believe. Awfully close. Yep, just outside the box. So nice set piece opportunity here for Princeton Day School. 34 minutes, 48 seconds left to go in the second half of play. Again, a 4-1 lead for Princeton Day School. Again, they're going to take their time. And clock's still running. And no reason to rush. So here comes the cross. Inside, and he scores! Looks like he went all the way through without a touch. And with 34-31 left to go in the second half, it's now 5-1 in favor of Princeton Day School. That was a little bit of a surprise. Just an easy clear up ahead. And it found its way home. So 5-1 lead for the Princeton Day Panthers. Now they have gotten that early second half goal, and again, a 5-1 deficit for Blair Academy. It's going to take a lot to get back in this game. They've been unable to really sustain a whole lot of pressure. Well, Blair Academy is turning things up. Oh, Sparks almost got it knocked away from him. A little bit of an unforced error that comes in on Cages. Frick almost knocked it away. That is the last thing that Princeton wants to do, is give up a kind of an unforced goal or an own goal. That's going to be an offsides call. Just a step off the line. Down to 33 minutes left to go. And Blair Academy trying to get something rolling here, as this is going to be Miller. Correction, that was James Henderson, but still couldn't control. Kim is right there, tips it forward. Now picked up into some open space was Uche. He wants the call. It's not going to come. And Kurt Lenz will clear it away. Frick with a little bit of a trip. Frick's got to be careful. He's on a yellow. Out of the near side. Here's Ayeta. Quick restart. Bodied off and juggled by Robinson. Foul called. Robinson wants the quick restart, but decides against it. Noah Helk will take the free kick just over the center line. Trying to get some numbers forward. Just to the outside of the box. Sparks comes out. He'll punch it away. Tipped up ahead down by Kim. Couldn't quite get it in there. Kim does maintain control. Picked up by Furciato. Furciato, nice move to the outside. Furciato with the cross. Trying to reach back as Robinson, but he'll be called for the foul. And it'll be a free kick for Princeton Day. Have a substitution. To the far side, it's going to be Adam Sobey knocking it out of bounds. And a throw in here to Uche, CJ Uche. Turns it over, and it'll be a throw in for for Kobe Auslander. Being asked to move back by the far side official. Long throw up ahead. Little push in the back there on Martinez. Comes inside the box, but kicked over the head by Patterson. Now here's Kim, knocked away from him. Opportunity now for Princeton Day. Shot from the outside is blocked. Good opportunity for Garcia, rather. Taken by Harrop. Looking for his second goal of the game. Instead tried to cross it. Uche with it. Uche chips it up ahead. In with the shot. He scores! Good left-footed shot by Wesley Leggett. Wesley Leggett picks up his 4th goal of the season. And at the 10-minute mark, it's now 6-1. That was a really nice job by Leggett to settle that one down. And really just took advantage of a nice play and just turned with his left foot and got it past the netminder Kurt Lenz. So with about a half an hour left to go in this one, it's turning into a bit of a blowout as Princeton Day is taking a 6-1 lead. Certainly not the scoreline we all expected. Blair Academy is going to try to get something rolling here. May not be able to get back in this game, just get some positive momentum. Kicked up ahead to the far side, too strong for Ian. Comes out in front, and it's going to be stopped there by Sparks. Sparks has done a very good job goaltending-wise. Again, he hasn't faced a whole lot in the way of shots, but crosses and dumps inside of the 18-yard box. He is very aggressive. Will Kim will control. Turn for Kim. Knocked away from him. Trying to help out, though, was Corio. Foul call is going to be against Blair Academy. Up ahead, off the head of Harris. Goes out of bounds, and it will be a throw for the Panthers. Here's Zachary Dudek with a low throw off the chest of Furciato. And that'll be handball against Princeton Day. Owen Patterson with the return. Ooh, almost chasing onto it is Jake Harris. Again, even up 6-1, Princeton Day putting on a decent amount of pressure. Good passing, though, by Blair Academy, though. Goes to the far side. Trying to streak his way through is Sobey. Shot from the outside, didn't get all of it. It's easily cleared. Comes back up top. Shot from the outside, getting his body in front of that was Jack Amaral. And it's cleared to the near side as Blair Academy starting to put on a little bit of pressure. Nick Furciato trying to get it out in front. Tipped inside the box. Sparks is out, and he will stop play. 27:50 left to go in the second half. 6-1 lead for Princeton Day School. 2 goals for Ricardo Martinez. And at one point it was 2-1 in favor of PDS, and Blair Academy looked like they were going to stay in this game and even keep it close. But it was Harrop and then Martinez with his second. Within a minute and a half of each other, went quickly from 2-1 to 4-1. And in this half, we've already had a couple of goals. We're not even halfway through this half. Sparks coming way out of his goal area, and he clears it out. Again, good way to keep yourself involved in the game. It's cleared away there by Cody Auslander. down to 26 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the second half. Blair trying to get something rolling, but it's going to be cleared away there by Uche. Blair right now has Princeton Day School pinned in their third, being kept very much to the outside. Sun glare playing a little bit of havoc for all of us here in the press box. All of us look like we're saluting.
Good job, guys.
Good opportunity here on the outside for Karam Iron with the free kick. Two-man wall backed up a bit. Now here comes the cross. Sparks, the punch, missed it. Went over him, but nobody was there to take advantage. That was saying he got enough of the punch to knock it out of bounds, so it'll be a throw-in for Blair Academy. Here to take it is Furciato. Furciato with the cross. Good job knocking away by Amarals, and a very good job defensively. Juggled down here by Martinez. Knocked away, though, by Patterson. And unable to keep it in was Rubin. Here's Zachary Dudek. Dudek with the throw. Taken here by Harris. Trying to throw the head at it was Patterson. Taken here by Leggett. Lift up ahead for Leggett. It's onside. Had a step, tripped up. Let's see. Is he inside or outside of the box? It looks like just outside. Leggett looks slow to get up. Yep, just outside the penalty box. So Blair Academy will create a wall here. So down to 24 minutes, 38 seconds left to go. Here in the second half of play, it's all Princeton Day School, leading now by a score of 6-1. Here to take it is Donovan Davis. Only 4 in the wall. A little surprised at that. Goaltender trying to position him. Let's see if he goes for goal. Here comes the shot. That's blocked away. The wall was positioned very well. Goes out of bounds, and it will go for a corner. Third corner of the game for Princeton Day School. And looks like we'll have a substitution. Short corner. Leggett now juggled over for Garcia. Now Leggett once again. Leggett trying to spin to his left. Knocked away from him by Furciato. Goes out of bounds for the throw. Down to 23-20 left to go here in the second half. Still a 6-1 lead for Princeton Day School. Long throw coming. Inside the box, headed up in the air, still loose, and then headed forward by Rubin. Good clear. Back on in, looks like it went off the arm of Kim, and that's going to go for a handball. Kind of flashed out the elbow to knock that one down. So Jack Amaral will have the opportunity with the set piece. Certainly well within the range for him to go towards goal. That's exactly what he'll do with the low shot, but that's blocked away. Furciato pops it up in the air. Trying to head forward is Frick. Furciato avoids the double team, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it will be Princeton Day School ball. Looks like we may have a substitution in goal here for Princeton Day School. That's exactly what we have. Manasud will go between the posts as Ryan Sparks. Solid game, but again, it's going to be Manasud will get an opportunity. Sud is a junior Only one save on the season so far. But again, doesn't exactly see a whole lot of action. But a chance here with the wide scoreline to get some experience. So again, 21-38 left to go here in the second half. 6-1 lead for Princeton Day. Blair Academy seeing if they can challenge Sood sometime today. But Princeton Day School just taking control of this game. William Scarlett up ahead now for Garcia. Trying to spin it up ahead now for Harris, but it's clear. Only as far as the center line. Kick to the outside by Amaral to some open space. Taken here by Furciato. Running on to it defensively here is Gibson. Gibson on back to his netminder, Sood, who gets a touch. Sood able to clear out. Headed forward by Ayeta. Knocked up by Garcia. Tapped away by Patterson. Back now for Uche. To some open field on the near side. Harris, but a little bit too strong for Harris. So we'll go out of bounds. Not sure if we have a substitution coming or nobody for Blair really stepping up to take the throw. And Princeton Day is fine with this. They're up by 5. They just want to kill the next 20 minutes and come away with another victory. As the girls team earlier today, they moved to 7-0 with a 2-0 win. And it's certainly looking good for Princeton Day School's boys team. Again, up by 5 to come away with a win. They would go up to 4-2-1 on the year, but again, still got some time left. Headed ahead by Leggett. Connects now to Martinez, who goes down on the play. Good step up there by Zachary Dudek. Martinez now for Leggett. Almost got tripped up. Nice footwork by Helk. Up now for Rubin. Uche throws the body, goes down. And foul called against Blair Academy. Surprised they didn't just keep play rolling. 19 minutes, 22 seconds left to go. And it is a 6-1 game. And let's see if Amaral will get it into the box. Nice hooking ball in there, but headed away by Rubin. Trying to move the other way is Kim. But he's cut off by Scarlett. Now here's Ian to the outside, but knocked down and out of bounds it goes. And it will be a Blair Academy throw. 18:50 left to go here in the second half. And still plenty of action to go here on the Strive Network. As coming up, there's your upcoming schedule. So certainly keep an eye on all those events. Just go to strivenetwork.tv. And coming up tonight, I think it's a 7 o'clock start, high school football. And it will be Blair Academy taking on Wyoming Seminary. And that's coming up tonight. Taken here by Furciato. 17:50 left to go. Yeah, it's all Princeton Day right now, up by 5 at 6-1. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. This afternoon going into tonight for a high school soccer doubleheader here on Strive. Foul against Princeton Day. Blair Academy able to take a free kick. See if they move some numbers forward. Owen Patterson will take the long kick. At the top of the box, to the far side, headed away by Cedeno. And now the counter the other way. Trying to chase onto it here is Martinez. Colton comes way out. And the lens will just clear it out of play. Quick restart now for Harris at the throw. Kicked away by Corio. Off the head of Harrop. And trying to move his way through there was Kim, couldn't do it. Headed forward by Rubin. Now trying to get to the outside is Frick. Looks like it's going to be a handball. Quick restart attempt, but nope, he's going to hang on to it. Smart play there from Frick. And he wanted to get the quick restart, but didn't see anything with it, so didn't take a chance. And Blair Academy, yes, coming back from 5 with 16:30 left to go is very much the long shot, but maybe get some positive momentum, pick up a goal or two here late, some positive momentum to their next game. Tipped inside the box, and that's going to be headed away. Loose out in front, shot comes in, diving save there by the netminder Sood. So he gets his first real opportunity, first save of the game. Down to 16 minutes left to go. High punt all the way to the other end. And to move forward is Martinez, knocked away from him by Helk to Patterson, back to the cage, and then rocketed away by Lentz to the center line. On back it goes. Sobey chases back, under pressure from Henderson. And you may hear some names you haven't heard much this afternoon. Get a lot of the underclassmen and players that just don't play all that much getting some experience. So if you think that either team is really going to back down at all, that's probably not going to happen. Because if you're an underclassman and this is the only action you see, yeah, you want to get on the scoreboard. Throw in by Princeton Day. Picked up ahead by Scarlett on net. And Kurt Lentz, the senior from Andover, New Jersey, will punt it away. Up ahead to the near side, this is Uche. Uche. That's cut off. Let's see if Blair can move the other way. It's going to be kept in, and chasing onto it now is Furciato. Furciato to the outside. Here comes the cross. Tip towards the net. It's still loose, still loose. Another try blocked away. Golden tries to chase down, pokes it away. He'll slide with a tackle, and that's going to be a penalty shot. It looks like it will be a foul on the netminder, Sood, and he's going to have to face a spot kick. And here's an opportunity here for Blair to get on the board. Let's see, he'll take it. My guess is Stephen Frick, since he was the one fouled, and it is going to be Frick. So not only is the foul on the netminder, he has to face a penalty shot. Shot comes in, and he scores. So with 14:25 left to go in the second half, Blair Academy is on the board. And he just tucked it in that outside post. Really not much that Sood can do at it. So it's a 6-2 game now. Again, very much a long way to go for Blair Academy to get back in this game. But they've got to feel good about themselves. They put a little bit of pressure on, forced the penalty. So here comes the cross. A little bit too strong, headed away by Derricks. Back here, Garcia trying to get a shot off, but couldn't do it. Tipped on back. And taken here by Derricks. Works it back now for O'Malley. O'Malley to Derricks, but it's off his heel, and it'll go out of play. Down to 13:45 left to go. Here in the second half of play. Throw up ahead is away from Harris. And it will be Blair Academy ball. They'll get the throw. Throwing in was Derricks. Off the shoulder of Dudek. Now here's Uche. Martinez back now for Dudek. Dudek up the middle. Unable to toe poke it with Sood. So we have a Princeton Day player wearing number 21, which is Sood's number, but Sood is the one between the, in the goal, so a little bit of confusion there. Certainly confident that it's not Sood that is playing out on the field. 12:50 left to go in the second half. 6-2 lead for Blair Academy. They're looking to try to get one more back as Derricks gets it across, but it's tapped away by Amaral. And that'll be a foul call. Yeah, as interesting as the camera views are into the sun are for everyone viewing at home, it's that much better or worse for us. I'm not making excuses, but that is one impressive sun glare. Well, referee certainly taking his time stopping the clock here with 12:19 left to go. And this is going to be a free kick here for Blair Academy. And didn't see exactly what happened, but it looked like the referee did go to his pocket for a card. Owen Patterson. He will take it from well outside. My guess he's going to curl it to the far side post. Oh, nice pass up ahead here for Frick. Frick tries to cross, but it goes off the outside of the net. And that will go for a goal kick. So again, Princeton Day School, no rush whatsoever. So expect a lot of slow play here from them. Just a whole lot of possession. Will go out of bounds, though, was unable to keep. Was Blair Academy. So here's Zachary Dudek. Dudek with the short bouncing throw. Nope, that's going to be illegal. So a free throw in here for Blair Academy. And it looks like we'll have a substitution. Yeah, expect both teams to really empty their benches. Head coach for Princeton Day School, Ollie Hilliker. Head coach for Blair Academy, Matt Farrell. And expect them to let some players play. Here's a giveaway. Moving in is Frick. Frick tries to cross, but it's knocked down. Frick appealing for the handball. It's not going to come. Frick now on the back checking. Uche controls, and it's going to be a foul call, I believe. Nope, it's going to be a throw. Let's see what they got. Nope, it will be a foul. And here to take it will be Nick Furciato. 1 goal on the season. And here comes the long cross. Headed towards net to the far side post. Unable to catch up with it was Rio Hito Shapiro. So that will go out of play for the goal kick. So we're now down to 10:25 left to go here in the second half. Here comes the goal kick. The cross that's going to be cut off there by Harrop. William Scarlett trying to chase onto it. Taken now for Seattle trying to shield it. And very aggressive. It's Princeton Day School, even though they are up by 4. Here's Patterson. That was kind of a weird start. It looked like Seattle went for the quick start now for Patterson. But the referee is saying, no, you need to kick it more than just a foot there. Here comes the long free kick inside of the box. Deflected on Cage. Diving save by Sood. Nice stop there as he gets an opportunity to play some goal for the Panthers. He's made a couple of decent saves. He will punt this way out. Knocked up ahead there by Patterson. On the near side here is Uche. Now for Dudek. Dudek. Finally taken by Martinez to the outside. Trying to chase onto it is Harris. Picked up by Derricks on the intercept and then cleared away by Patterson. Footed down by Dudek. Headed over by Furciato. Furciato tips it forward. Getting tripped up on the play there was Robinson. And it looks like it will be a Blair Academy free kick. Doesn't look like anyone wanted to take it though. There we go. Pierce O'Malley will reach on back. Down to 8 minutes, 10 seconds left to go. And ever since that penalty shot goal about 10 minutes ago, actually longer than that, haven't had much in the way of action. So here Princeton Day School took up some numbers though. So here comes Uche. Couldn't dance his way on through against O'Malley. Now here's Harris. Now for Uche once again. Uche up the middle and onside on a break. Shot comes in, it goes just wide. Tried to pick the near side post and just could not quite get it on goal. 7:18 left to go. (6-2) lead for Princeton Day School Panthers. Yeah, neither team is in a whole lot of rush. They just want that clock to keep on rolling. Not a long clear out. It's taken here by Cedeno. Cedeno back. Dudek for Harris. Back for Dudek. Cedeno reached out and pokes it forward. Couldn't quite get the back heel. And we have a Blair player down. It is Nick Furciato behind the play, but we continue. It's going to be a nice move to move forward now. Garcia lost control. And O'Malley, well, they couldn't decide whether to kick it out or not. The referee decided to stop play, and the clock will continue to roll, I believe, again, just because of the score line. Again, Nick Furciato is down. Little trouble getting up. The junior from Rockaway Township, New Jersey. And they're going to stop the clock here. Again, this is going to take a little bit longer than they expected, so they asked for the clock to stop, but they haven't stopped it. Down to 5 minutes and 50 seconds and counting left to go. As they bring a card out onto the field, and standing up, though, is Furciato. Looks like he's going to walk off under his own power. They're saying, come on, I drove the card out here. Get on in. I think the referee might force him to get into the card. Say, hey, we brought it out here, you're going to use it. Clock is stopped at 5 minutes, 48 seconds left to go in the second half. And they'll just sub him out. And again, because of the scoreline, and don't need any further injury for him or anybody else here, they'll just take him out. So nice job there by David Cedeno. He'll just throw it softly on Cage. And it'll be cleared right back out. So we're back underway after the quick injury to Nick Furciato. Again, it looked like he was able to come off under his own power if he wanted to. Good two-man work there. Picked up by Corio. Now here's Derricks. Up looking for Corio. Knocked down by Cedeno. Appeals for handball, don't go. Comes on back, and it's knocked down by Frick. And taken by O'Malley. Up the middle. Intercepted by Uche. Uche trying to move through. Uche with plenty of space. Lofts it up ahead on net, but it's going to be covered up by the goaltender. And the forward on the play went down very awkwardly. He kind of jumped over the goaltender and landed on his shoulder. And maybe just got the wind knocked out of him, maybe a little bit stunned. but he is up and back in the play. Clock trickling down to 4 minutes, 40 seconds left to go here in the second half of play. And once again, it'll be dumped in deep. Nice sportsmanship there. Instead of just taking the free kick, just give up the ball. Blair Academy did a good job of pushing it out of play. So it'll be a goal kick. And down to the last 4 minutes or so left in this game. Barring a massive comeback. Kobe Oslander trying to dump it up ahead with a full leg. Could have been a break the other way, but play is stopped. Looks like it'll be a free kick for Princeton Day School. Headed up ahead, cleared away by Sobey. Chance here for Blair Academy. He's trying to chase onto it as Frick. Comes in on net and then kicked away last second by Sood. Header by Cedeno. 50-50 ball knocked down by Corio, but taken right back here. Uche. Knocked away by Corio. Now here's Frick. Forced out of bounds by Zachary Dudek. We're down to 3 minutes left to go. Blair Academy, if they can get one more again, some positive momentum for their next game. The last thing Princeton Day wants to do is give them that momentum. Make them earn it. And again, a lot of guys are getting an opportunity to play in this one again when the score line gets a little lopsided. We'll start to see a little bit in the way of substitutions, allowing some of the underclassmen to play. A little bit more in the way of minutes. Foul there against Princeton Day School, so an opportunity for Blair Academy. About 25 yards out. 2:15 left to go in the second. Going for that far post. Sood able to knock it down, still chasing onto it. And it's going to be cleared away from him by his own man, Dudek. That'll go out of play on the far side. Blair Academy throw. Long throw by Sobey. A little bit too strong there for Jake Harris. Here comes Princeton Day. Nice move there of Diego Garcia. Now for Harris once again. Double teamed. Taken away by Furciato. Good to see him back in the game after that little injury. Uche to the outside. Good job by CJ Uche. Cuts up ahead now looking for Cedeno, but it's tapped away by Patterson. And that will go for a throw, a deep throw, as we are down to 1 minute left to go here in the second half of play. Need a new fresh soccer ball because last one got away into the parking lot, I think. And nobody's in any rush here. And last thing anybody wants is to see anybody get injured. We had a couple of minor injuries earlier. Again, with a scoreline like this, who wants to see that? It's thrown in out front and then popped up in the air inside the box. Trying to head it forward as the jumping Diego Garcia then cleared away. 28 seconds left to go. That'll go out of bounds. And a throw in here for Zachary Dudek. Under 10 seconds to go. Taken here by Scarlett, and a great performance here by Princeton Day School, as that will do it. Princeton Day School comes up with the sweep, taking the boys game here. Final score of 6-2. So a clean sweep on the day for Princeton Day School. Princeton Day, they improved to 4-2-1 on the year, while Blair Academy, they dropped to 500. They are now 2-2 on the season. Well, that will just about do it for us. Again, a long day of soccer here at the Princeton Day School, but a successful one. 2 really interesting games, with Princeton Day coming away with victories in both of them, and a chance for them to move forward, along with the Blair Academy, who played, it just ran into a buzzsaw, both on both the girls and boys' sides of things, and they will look to improve as the season moves along. So that'll do it for us. Once again, our final score this afternoon: the Princeton Day School Panthers 6, and the Blair Academy Buccaneers 2. Now, for all of us here at the Princeton Day School in Princeton, New Jersey, and for all of us here at the Strive Network, this is Tom Willem saying thanks for joining us, and good night, everybody.